if you are sitting comfortably, we'll begin. Outpost 3, a lonely trade outpost, under siege by tribes of elves and Gith. Here our heroes, wayward wanderers all, have been trapped not only by these raiders, but also by a massive dust storm that has rolled in off the Sea of Silt. Interrogating a captured elf earlier in the day, they learned that a powerful psionicist is looking for something called the Rod of the Dead Mind at the outpost. So our heroes did what all good adventurers do and went and found it. After punching some zombies, they are now holed up in the aforementioned warehouse, waiting out the storm, wondering what to do about the Rod, the raiders, the psionicist, and trying to figure out just who their apparent new best friends are. What better way to get to know someone than being trapped in a warehouse during a dust storm and zombie onslaught? I mean, we've all been there, really, haven't we? At one time or another in our lives. That is where we find our heroes now. Outpost 3, between the Black Spine Mountains and the Sea of Silt, is all but drowned in dust. Between its warehouses and the rocky stone berm that surrounds the outpost, the dead walk, drifting aimlessly like ghosts in shade from one building to the next. And in one of these particular buildings, a solitary warehouse, our heroes are hunkered down, listening to the wind howling outside, the sandstorm, and incessant susurration. The dead have passed them by for now. The door, broken in, has been barricaded up once again with packing crates and repurposed shelves. Dust sifts occasionally through the cracks in the openings. And in the gloom, they wait for the storm to pass. Thinking on the roads that brought them here. On the choices that laid the foundation for this new place in their lives. Thicket was supposed to just be a shopping expedition. Your mind drifts back over the past few days to the city-state of Niben, the plain of burning water, the hot springs outside the city, where your master, your mistress, the Druid Tau, runs what you have described as a day spa, I believe. Yes. The day before your departure, she stands there, going through her belongings, pots, herbs, and unguments. Her wizened features turn and look down towards you.
No, I was correct in my assessment, young Thicket. We are fresh out of the Jarl herb. I'm afraid you're going to have to make the trip to Outpost 3 yourself.
Okay.
I have need, but there's a trader should be due there around this time. A man by the name of Vaso. Seek him out.
Take these, and she pushes a small pouch of ceramic into her.
Buy 3 bushels of Jarl. It will give me what I need to create the infusion.
Okay, I will.
She drops to her knees in front of you, hands running over the freshly daubed mud that you placed across your features.
You have no misgivings about your journey, I hope.
No more than any other day.
Outpost 3 is a long way, young halfling. A long way.
Yes. But it must be done, right?
Well, yes, it must.
And you cannot go.
She coughs again, and you can see there's fresh blood on her hand.
No, Thicket, I cannot.
Are you okay? Do you need healing?
Thicket, that's why I'm asking you to get the Yao herb.
Of course.
She places a hand on her shoulder.
I will not be with you forever. The time will come when I must surrender myself to the spirits of the land we serve. It is my deepest prayer that you are ready on that day.
We both have Castromandas to guide us.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I have taught you well to listen to the voice of Castromandus. Heed it and hearken toward it as you can. For if I am gone, it will be all that you have that remains.
I look down at the pattern. I have your story and mine, and Castromandas, etched in my skin. It guides me as I walk.
I can want for nothing more, young Thicket. Young Ubulai.
And she leans forward and places a withered kiss on your brow. Stands and turns to busy herself with her belongings, trying in vain to hide the moisture on her cheeks.
I stand there for a moment, trying not to let the mud run. And I resign myself to getting ready for the journey.
Okay. You stare down at the dust seeping through the boards around the door of the warehouse. You cannot help but wonder what you will find when you return to Tau, when you return to Niben. Siora, your memories likewise are of a city, but not of Niben, of Uruk, and the chaos that gripped it, following the sudden disappearance of Hamanu's blessings from his Templars. A disappearance that could mean only one thing: the death of a sorcerer king. Chaos gripped the street in those days. Riots, lynchings, the outer bastions of Destiny's kingdom burning. Your last day there is etched into your mind like a scar. And one of the outer watchtowers, waiting for Darjay to return. There, of all places, you heard his voice. Krander Varshad, Siora's brother, your brother, but Siora's brother. His voice in the street. Siora! Siora, are you here?
Is there a window I can look through or something?
You go to the window, look down. There is Krander down below. He has a couple of House Varshad guards with him. They risk much coming into the outer skirts of Destiny's kingdom. But he's clearly desperate to find his sister. Have you seen? I can't find her anywhere. They said she'd be here. Siora! You know you
I-
cannot answer. You must not answer. And yet the desire is so strong.
I almost begin to head down, and before descending the stairs, I stop myself and just slump against the wall and slide down until I'm sat and just close my eyes and wait until he leaves. Just hope he doesn't find me in here.
His voice recedes down the street. You hear it breaking with emotion as he realizes how futile his search is going to prove to be. That's exactly how I yell for my kids, June says.
I hope this isn't how they respond.
Hide, don't say a word. Darjay, this is how you find her when you come scuttling back into the watchtower. You've given the half giant guards the slip. The Josal comes bounding in. He's bleeding from a large cut down the side of his face. He looks a little panicked, but yeah, you find Siora where you were supposed to find her. Siora, there's only one question in your mind immediately: is it done? Is Bia Nesra dead?
Is she dead?
It is done.
Good. We need to leave this place.
This one has the escape ready. Let us
Is it good
go.
to go? Right. I will try and cloak myself in anything, if possible. Even a bed sheet or something just to hide, and we'll follow Darjay.
Okay. There are bodies on the stairs. One of them lies clutching their throat, the froth of poison at their lips. They weren't quite dead when you went past them, Darjay, but it pleases you to see it so. You can sense the tension in Siora's stride. Down to the base of the watchtower, out to the street. As you watch, a pair of Templars come running to the base of the watchtower and barrel in, shut the door, barricading themselves inside. They don't even realize the two of you have just come down the stairs. One of them is bleeding very badly from a wound in her side. The other one, in vain, puts his hand against the wound, calls upon Hamanu to heal it. Nothing happens. They're in the way for you to get out of here.
There is no more lion.
Their heads spin round to face you. Who are you? You're not supposed to be in here.
You will let us pass.
The unwounded Templar draws an obsidian sword and holds it out toward you, shaking violently. We are Templars of the King of the world. You will surrender.
I will lower my cowl if I've got something covering myself. You will let us pass.
The injured one slumps back against the wall, coughs. Blood sputters, runs down the side of her face. Let them go. We're all gonna die anyway. She steps away from the door, and her companion lowers the sword. And it's then that he sees the bodies on the stairs. What have you done?
Yes, these will die, but not us.
We hid. If you want to live, you must run from this place.
He looks at his injured companion. She nods. We're not safe here. The two of them push the door open, flee out into the street. They don't get more than several dozen feet before they're spotted by looters.
Templars! Die, yellow robes, die!
The ensuing slaughter is sufficient cover for the two of you to make your getaway. Much more blood was shed between that day and your arrival at Outpost 3. And it won't be the last either. Speaking of bloodshed, Suxis, it's that typified your road here. They came upon you not far from Breakshore. All but one of your kanks slain, your packs pillaged. Draji, from the looks of them. And they chased you into a small box canyon just outside the town. And it was there that you realized that there was no way out. One of them saunters forward, swinging a Macaweetle, a Draji obsidian sword. Nowhere to run, lizard. The pouch you're carrying, worth dying for?
Doesn't answer immediately. Her tongue flicking out, tentatively trying to sense any opportunity of talking her way out of this. Trying to sense for a weakness. She finds none and throws the pouch out in the sand in front of them. In between them.
The foremost one steps forward, and it's as he bends down to pick up the pouch that you see another figure has stepped into view at the mouth of the box canyon. Oddly, it's another Suran, but tall, broad-shouldered, powerful limbs, cradling a sword that looks like it was made from the jaw of an ankh egg. Scathis, they outnumber you, but that's only ever served as encouragement before.
I keep them talking. Keep their attention focused on me.
The middle one picks up the pouch. Seems a little light. How much do you think Suran hide fetches in Draj these days, huh?
From behind my back, I get my crossbow and give him a gift from my sister, the Queen.
The crossbow bolt flies out, takes the center one through the chest. He staggers backward, feeling the bite of the bolt and the bite of the poison upon it, almost within the same moment. Scathis, it's surely a sign if ever there was one.
Taking the signal, Scathis jumps at them from behind with a roar. And while they're off balance, he, between the blades on his tail, the sword in his hand, he is a whirling mass of blades and teeth and fury as he begins cutting through them.
You are rewarded with something that only the soft skins are able to reproduce, which is the terrified expressions that come with the realization of their own imminent death. Something to do with the number of muscles in their face. There's always been something satisfying about it. When the murder is over, you stand face to face with the smaller, more slender Surin. She's cradling a crossbow, looking you up and down.
She bows in the formal Cern salute.
He returns the bow a little less formally, perhaps.
It seems that you've earned this. Maybe I can hire your services to get me back home?
He reaches out and takes what he's earned, as she puts it, with his sheathing his sword first. I think that would be beneficial for us both. Do you often find yourself threatened by soft skins?
This was the first time. Your arrival was most suspicious. Auspicious indeed. Thank you.
As long as there's money in it. Sure, I'll come along.
There is. Money and she flicks a tongue, tasting the air and the certain pheromones that are being exuded. And some soft skin killing, I'm sure, as well.
It'll be good to work for another of my kind.
Well, we're going to Niben.
The whole time that they're talking, he is patting down the bodies and looting them as well.
Excellent.
Niben.
So far, Niben has eluded you both. Outpost 3 is as far as you've gotten. Finally, Senex. Staring at the dust sifting around the door, your memories go further back than you easily recall. A town swallowed by dust not far from here. You seated by the well in the middle of it. The girl, no more than 10 years old, chasing the brightly colored critic lizard around the well, shrieking with laughter. The lizard chittering with delight at being part of the game. Finally, it allows itself to be caught, and she, cradling it, brings it up. Look, Daddy, I caught it. Can we keep it?
Sure, why not?
What should we call it? It's very pretty.
I have the perfect name. Let's call it Selba.
Selba. That's like a queen's name. That's a lovely name.
I just smile at this point.
She puts the lizard down. It curls herself up at her feet. And she sits down by the well, hand sloshing in the water, stroking the other one down the lizard's back. And it stretches itself out, enjoying the attention. You came back years later, of course, when the well and the girl were both gone. Just you and the lizard now. seated on the floor of the warehouse. Its nose pokes out from the bottom of your robes, comes and curls itself up in your lap, stretches itself out in the same demand for attention.
What do you want?
The lizard looks at you, rolls over onto its side, and lifts its legs out.
Fine.
Its belly.
I'll rub the belly.
He didn't eat the kid. Oh my god. What's wrong with you people?
And he prioritized the lizard over the child.
They require much
Maybe-
less food.
Yeah.
The lizard ate the kid, yeah.
Exactly.
So this is where we find you then, in the warehouse, surrounded by your memories, the dust sighing at the door. Senex now with a lizard having appeared out of his, somewhere in his robes, and he's idly stroking its belly.
I'm
Sorry,
tending
Mark.
to the wounded, by the way, with
Mhm.
my healing balms and salves and bandages and what have you.
Sure.
If Senex is on his own, I would head over and try and sit next to him, if possible.
Careful, the lizard's a biter.
I see. Do you mind if I sit?
Sure.
Can you tell me what you saw earlier?
Well, I think you know what I saw, but I don't think you need to be worried anymore, now that the Order have gone.
A lot of people don't like my kind. Can I trust you to be discreet?
Of course. I don't think anyone here in the group would care either way. I'm the only human.
You never know.
Not true.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Do you know how to control your powers?
A little bit. I do what I can. Just it's been a little bit of time that I've needed to use my abilities like that, to that extent. It takes some getting used to. Hopefully I get the chance to use it a lot more if we make it out of here.
Well, it was some blow you took, so I am rather impressed with your mental stability. You seem naturally gifted in the Scion arts.
I think that was by design. They needed someone like that. You are too, I see.
A Scion, yes. Untrained.
Is that what brings you to this outpost?
I am more interested in the lore, really, but I heard rumours of the Gith gathering in numbers unusual for them, but it seems I didn't really need to research much longer as they chased me here.
With the
Well-
elves, no less.
Yes, that is confusion. Well, it was confusion until now. Makes more sense now that I know that a powerful scion is involved. And with him being after this, and I pull out the rod that I've wanted to sit down and study. This must be dangerous, especially if all of them get together. Does it look like the rods, if all together and put together, would create a staff? Does it look like it could turn into something like that, Matt?
It's possible, yes. I mean, looking at the bronze housing on the one that you've got, you can see where at the bottom there could indeed be a socket where you could slot in another rod or another part of crystal, perhaps. Yeah. But I mean, you would need to see another rod of the dead mine.
Yeah.
to properly assess that or not.
I can feel this is very powerful and very dangerous.
Take good care of it.
I'm not sure I want to hold on to it too much longer.
The rest of you might not be able to hear exactly what Siora and Senex are talking about, but you can absolutely see the rod in his hand. The same one that was retrieved from the cistern crypt beneath the outpost.
Who were the injured people, by the way, aside from myself?
I have like 1 hit point missing or something. I'm not
Darjay,
too
1
bad.
hit point missing. Senex, 2 hit point missing. Siora, 3 missing.
Oh,
Okay, so everybody except Scathis has 2 or 3. You and Zuxis, Thicket and Zuxis are missing 6 each.
Okay, well, I'll be tending to Zuxis first then.
Okay, if you want to make some rolls for the healing salves and whatnot,
yeah,
you go right ahead.
Hold on.
Outside, the wind is slowly beginning to die away, you think, and some of the agitation of the dust swirling around the bottom of the warehouse door, the makeshift barrier that you've erected, should I say, is sifting at a less agitated rate. You suspect the storm is dying down.
Suxis has taken some of the time that they're here to actually inspect what kind of wares are in the warehouse here that they've been storing.
You're not going anywhere while I'm healing you, though.
No.
So the warehouse has you started out, you think there were about 60 days of dried of rations. Some of that's been depleted over the last day, so a little less than that. That's just for the warehouse staff. There is also 4 weeks worth of dried food for 100 people. Right. 400 gallons of root wine, 200 pounds of dried nuts, the 8 kanks, and then whatever assorted personal goods were outside. But within the warehouse, there were weapons in another warehouse: spears, daggers, slightly fewer bone widow's knives than we started with, some arrows. The warehouse that you're in is the dried rations, 2,800 pounds of dried food, 600 gallons of root wine, and 200 pounds of dried nuts, and the kanks.
Okay.
So there's not actually enough. The kanks themselves, all 8 of them, have a carrying capacity of 3,200 pounds.
Exactly, yeah, they could easily handle that.
No, there's more stuff than kanks now.
Oh, okay.
Right? Of food alone, there are 3,000 pounds, and in root wine, there's 4,000 pounds. So, because of the death of the various kank animals, there's now too much cargo for kanks.
Yeah, they can handle. They can handle how much? 200.
400
right?
each.
400. That was it. Yeah.
400 each.
I don't suppose there's any yarrow root lying around.
There's no Jarl root at all. No, and in fact, Vassar never turned up.
No. Probably got waylaid.
Or eaten.
By the way,
I'm
looking
been
at
gethified.
Yeah, I'm looking at the healing proficiency, and it says I can do supervised healing without a check. So I'll be doing that anyway.
Okay.
And then I'll give Zuxis my healing salve, which is D3. Sorry, it's D4 plus 1, I believe.
Okay, roll for that, and I will boost up 3 hit points to everybody because that's a day's worth of supervised healing. I assume that there's been sufficient for that overnight. So Darjay, that leaves you fully healed. Senex, fully healed. And
I don't see a healing salve on my character sheet on the thing, so I'll just roll the die.
Yeah.
So between the moments that we're busy with this, Zuxis will prepare those kanks to be carrying as much provisions as we can out of here. So from the wine and because that's drink, and the food.
While
But mostly all of the wine, and then supplemented with the food because we also have the kank honey from the kanks.
While Zuxis does this, I'm gonna try and get some portions of the food for us to eat while we're here, and Sierra wants to make an effort to be the one to give each person some food and some drink.
Okay, nice.
And when I hand Scathis his food, she gives him like an extra large portion because he's bigger than everyone else. And then we'll
Favoritism. No.
he's big boy. He's gonna protect me. And I wait. I give him last so then I can sit next to him.
Yeah.
And I will don't roll your eyes. I heard from Zuxis that you are for hire.
That's right.
What are your pay like? What do you charge?
Depends on the job. What are you wanting me to do?
Kill Senex.
Kill him. No.
Get stabby.
If there is a way that you could protect me, if we're to fall into any more trouble, I would be sure to make it worth your while.
Be fine, worth my while.
It's a great question. Let me see how much money I have. Okay. So I forget,
ceramic?
Mark. Yeah, how much is 25 ceramic a lot?
No.
I don't know. It's not
at
good, is
all.
it?
Yeah, well,
So buy you dinner.
yeah.
Maybe
That's a decent amount of money.
It's a down payment to something more
Yeah.
interesting, right?
I have some ceramics, but I also have ways of gaining more money as time goes on.
Then, in time, when you have gained more money, let me know, and you may hire my services. But for now, I don't work on... What would you say, on credit?
On spec, I don't do spec work.
I don't work for promises.
See. What about a day's protection? How much would that run me?
How much do you have?
And ceramic?
That will do.
I will give him 10 ceramic pieces, and I'll try and do it subtly.
He's not interested in your subtleties. He just reaches out and takes it.
Does Zuxis actually notice any of this?
Yeah, well, Stjora is being subtle, but Scathis is just like, well, money into pouch. Yeah, there's no. None of this escapes notice particularly.
After that, I will give him a nod, and then I will take my food and probably sit next to oh, who else do I need? I need Thicket. I might sit next to Thicket.
Well, Thicket needs to tend to your one wound on your elbow.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Thicket throughout this period. Thicket is going around tending to everybody's wounds over the course of these hours, applying healing salve to Suxis. Drops a small healing spell on himself. By the end of this, everybody's wounds have been healed through an evening of his tender ministrations and ointment and ornament.
I should point out
say,
that the
when he
ointment
comes
is...
over to Darjay,
Yes. Yeah.
Darjay spends a lot of time slapping his hand away. Slap. No
You
touch.
know what? You don't want healing?
This one is blue.
Is what?
Blue.
I look down at myself. You mean me?
Why?
It's mud.
Why? Why this one?
Because it is Castramandus' blessing.
Who is this one? Castramandus.
He is a spirit of the land.
Who is this spirit of the land?
Let me show you.
Acceptable.
I pull a small stick out of my pocket. I don't have pockets, but there's a small stick somewhere. I'll pick it up.
It appears out of somewhere. That's what we want. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Looking
I'll
at your character
I'll
art, and I'm wondering where it could be.
at me, bum. Smooth out a piece of sand and draw a crude picture of what I know Castramandus to look like, and he is the power behind my healing.
It's a picture that looks to be like, it's hard to, an exploding fountain.
It's like a geyser.
Ah,
Kind of a bit. No, wait, this, like this.
Right.
but Castramandus has interesting shape.
He is the spirit of the hot springs outside Niben.
This one is from there.
Yes. And you are injured.
You may use Castramandus. It is acceptable.
I reach out my hands to touch yours.
He doesn't bat you away this time.
And you see that in his hand he's got a little puddle of what looks like clay slip, like it's like mud, but it's bright blue, this color, and he just daubs it on your wound. And
Refreshing.
Yeah,
It's cool. Ever so slightly gritty. But over the course of the next half an hour, as the clay hardens, it's actually helping the wound scab over.
Oh,
it smells a bit like
Gotcha.
sulfur, I should point out.
It's my list, all right.
And as he's doing this the entire time, he's kind of almost purring very quietly just under his breath. It's barely audible.
Not to take up too much time, but when Thicket goes to heal Siora,
Yes.
she is going to make an effort to seem very fragile. Anytime
I'm assuming that when I tend to her wound, it's going to be obvious that she doesn't have red blood, right?
Will it?
I mean,
will
I'm
it though? I
tending
mean, my
the wound.
flesh. I'm not bleeding. I have like you can see my flesh is still pinky.
Yeah, but like you had a bandage on, didn't you? I don't know.
I think we touched on this at the very end of the last session that she has used her innate abilities to stop the actual bleeding, so
Gotcha.
there'll be contusions and grazes and what have you.
Gotcha.
But the pocket milk is no longer visible.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, I'll just do the same thing.
And unless Panda wants it to be.
Yeah.
No pocket milk visible.
Okay.
And she'll just look into his eyes and make a very grateful expression and just thank you so much. I really appreciate this. You're so kind.
I take her hand and where's the injury? It's on her elbow.
It's a boo boo.
It's right here.
It was on her thigh.
It was on
the thigh. No, it was on the thigh. I think we did.
Yes, that was true.
remember.
All right. Well, I very politely, ask her if it's cool.
It's
Is it
totally
okay?
cool.
No. Okay. So he applies.
She may even show a little bit more skin than needed. I'll be honest with you.
He very gently he completely ignores all of that part of Ciara completely seems utterly uninterested, and is just takes the mud and begins to daub it onto the wound very very gingerly.
Has he got his little stick again?
No, not with the stick. And he's doing that purring thing under his breath again.
But he is.
I am.
Do not move the mud off. Okay, it must stay on the wound overnight.
All right. I'm not used to getting.
I'll be moving on now.
Wait, and she's like about to do this whole like sympathy me, and he goes.
He's just like, I've got other patients to tend to.
I don't have time for this.
You're like 3 times my size.
She's a little bit frustrated that he just like blew her off, and she's like. And I'll probably just chill with Dajé and be in a little bit of a mood.
Yeah, who's rolling his eyes the entire time watching this, by the way.
He's doing it again.
Don't judge me. I'm doing what I need to do to survive. We've spoken about this.
Dajé does not judge. Dajé rolls that eyes.
Yeah, you roll your eyes, but it got you healing before.
Acceptable.
As Thicket is walking away, he turns around as he hears them say this. I would give you healing regardless.
Ciara panics because she was like, oh, that was a private conversation. Like, you're not supposed to hear that. So if he picks up on that, she's like...
He's got very good hearing.
Thank you.
I give healing because you are a living being and you deserve life.
Thinks, is Alan considered a living being?
Yes, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah. Makes mental note to make sure Thicket doesn't see the pocket milk.
As soon as you're dead, it's free game.
Cabbage insides, yes.
Yeah. It's at some point that you may or may not realize the winter stopped. There's nothing more than the occasional swirl of dust outside. Other than that.
By this time, Zuxis has steadily prepared the Kanks for travel, made sure that there's also a rope between them,
Mm-hmm.
and that we have the provisions that we can fully load them. And has befriended one of the Kanks.
Okay.
The lead Kanks.
Dodge's gonna check the I believe there was a trapdoor in the roof.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Poke his head out through there to see, even if the wind has died down, do we still got a bit of a zombie problem? Or
Right. So you
How's
scamper
it
up the
looking?
boxes, pop the hatch open. It's an eerie landscape. The dust is a good foot or two thick over the ground, so the entire place just looks like it's strewn with gently undulating waves of silt that have settled. There's a slight haze in the air, some of it's still airborne. The sun is a ruddy red smudge overhead, and here and there, meandering their way between the buildings, 3 or 4 of what are clearly undead. You think 1 elf and 2 or 3 of the former guards. Of the other inhabitants, the other guards, or Gorgoroth, or Lalarash, or Amanya, or Harlak, the fire cleric, there's no sign of any of them. There's also no sign of undead zombie Crodlu, or the larger numbers of the dead that you saw earlier on. You know that these 3 or 4 would pose no serious threat to your group if you were careful. That's assuming they even noticed you. They're meandering somewhat aimlessly, trudging slow trails through the dust.
if we were to take the Kanks out of this warehouse and beeline for I suppose the exit, the gate of Outpost 3, is that looking possible?
You're fairly certain if you made a fairly rapid move for it, of course, yes. But don't forget that the gate area is blocked by rubble. You'd be going up and over the berm. So, but yes, exiting the camp with the Kanks without being noticed is not impossible, no. You just have to time it properly. It's at this moment that you actually do spot movement in the tower of the well house. You think you briefly see Lalarash's face peering out and looking around. and in case you've forgotten how punchable he is, I'm just going to pull up a picture of him right now. There he is. There we go.
Okay.
Such a charmer.
So,
ducks
Dodge,
back inside. So he's alive.
I
at
guess.
least.
At least.
Oh, good.
He'll scamper back down and relay his findings to the group.
I wonder how the rest of the group fared. Let
You
me
think
see
they're all
if-
holed up in the tower?
Dodge thinks so.
Well, I think the others were in the other warehouse, were they not?
Should we check the other warehouse?
You said there's undead out there still.
Only a few.
Let me see if I can sense them. And I will try to sense link with the group. Someone from the group in the other warehouse.
Okay.
Just a quick question. Has it been overnight? And does that mean that our PSPs have reset?
Yes, it has been overnight. So yes, and there's been sufficient time for those of you with spells to rest and re-prepare those if you want.
Oh, really? Oh, nice. I've got all these
Nice.
back.
Oh. I like that.
100 yards is the range of sense link, so just make me a power check for that, Lee. And
It is...
power score is only 11.
Oh, my God.
That's terrible. Okay. Xenex gives a high-pitched squawking noise and collapses.
It is my...
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Oh.
head over to him. Like,
Yeah, I rush over to him as well. Are you okay?
It is my enhanced ability, so I don't think a 1 or 2 really affects me too much.
This one hates the undead.
Ah,
so
correct.
much.
Yes. You have enhanced on that one, don't you?
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me. Let me just double check that. I don't think maybe you don't pass out. Let's have a quick look. We changed that, didn't we, just the other day?
Yeah.
Untutored.
Dibs on his pet lizard.
Okay, it's right. No, you never suffer the ill effect of rolling a 1, and it just takes effect as normal.
You already have a pet lizard.
Aw.
Right, I hereby summarily retcon what I just said. He does not pass out.
None of us react then.
No, you don't react. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you find your mind connecting well, but the only one you can see is Lalarash. So I presume he makes a good choice.
Yeah, was he with anyone else?
So Lalarash, you see, is in the main tower with Gorgoroth, 2 guards, and in the corner, tied up, is the captive elf Aliaka.
Okay. I select hearing then as my sense.
Okay. Aliaka is complaining and wanting to know where his friends are, or his friend, should I say. He keeps wanting to know where the halfling is. Gorgoroth is arguing that he's not going to send the guards out to search for other survivors. He says if anyone else survived, his money's on Harlak, the fire cleric. And he's certain that he saw him heading into one of the other warehouses. And Lalarash is just sort of bleating fairly consistently, incoherently, and annoyingly, saying that now the silt has settled down, they have to get the Kanks and flee. And Golgoroth keeps arguing that he has no intention of fleeing whatsoever. So they have to wait here before a relief column arrives from House Chirodius.
Okay, I relay that information.
So I guess you pass this on to your companions.
Yes.
Zuxis, you've mounted the Kanks.
Mhm.
Is this yours, or is this for the others?
This is for whoever wants to leave this place. When there's
I see.
still a window of opportunity.
As if
So-
to underline that, Panda.
No, go ahead.
Senix, you can hear Aliaka arguing that the correct thing to do is to go and kill Karadao. That this is what he was suggesting to his good friend Thicket, and he suggests doing this before the eye of the storm passes.
Ah, yes. I passed that information as well. I think we should go and kill this Scion. Now.
Is it safe?
Well, if the storm passes, then no, it won't be safe. Your friend.
It's
your
the
friend-
eye of the storm.
Yes, your friend
So-
suggested we do this before the eye of the storm passes.
We know where to find him, don't we?
Yes.
Let me pull up Aliaka's map, actually.
This is not a bad idea. Also because he will be coming for that thing you have.
Mhm.
And he will be able to find you if you have that thing. So it won't be over until that thing, the other thing that he has is either in your possession or the other way around.
I don't know of any powers or magics that can trace these items, so. But again, I am not that knowledgeable in that department.
What? That's what the elf said. He knew how to find it through.
Well, he knew it was here,
Okay.
but
Well, they also said something different.
I have
Okay,
no idea.
mistaken.
But I suggest we go to the tower, the red tower.
Lalarash voice starts yabbering in your mind something about elves. He sounds quite panicked.
What can he see?
You hone in
elves?
upon it.
I hone in on that.
He's yes, you can hear him. I can see them. They're coming now. There's at least 24 of them. Gorgoroth, we have to leave. We have to leave now.
There's elves coming in. 24 of them. It's now or never.
Do you think he's with them?
No.
He'll be in his tower on the map.
All of you now hear a female elven voice calling out in rough accented common. Although you're in the warehouse, you can just make out. Actually, I'm giving it a bit of volume. Inhabitants of Outpost 3, Your liberation is here. Come forth.
If we leave through the opposite side of the wall?
Mm-hmm.
We better not be noticed because we will not be able.
Your sense link expires.
Okay.
We will not be able to outrun the elves. That's a physical impossibility.
No.
I
So
begin
we
grabbing
hide.
some rations and stashing them in like a backpack or something, because presumably we're going to be traveling.
Do we have water?
Zuxis has busied herself already with loading up. Now, you said you had the kanks. You were loading up all 8 with supplies?
Yes, all the supplies that I can, so they're loaded and we can go at a moment's notice.
Hanks fast? Or are we going to be slowed down if we ride them?
We're going to be we're going to be as fast as our halfling.
Kanks have a movement rate of 15. The halfling
Yeah.
has a movement rate of 6.
Exactly.
I can
Good.
sit
All
on
right,
the
I won't
couch.
bother taking stuff on the kanks then.
And I'm not sure how fast RJ is, but
Darjay has a movement rate of
Oh,
18.
Yeah, I'm
so that's
Josar's
very
are
fast.
crazy
Yeah.
fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
I sit on a kank. Yes?
I think that's probably a wise idea.
acceptable. But we must go now.
I think so.
I mount a kank.
So, is this really the rescue mission from Kyrodius' house or not?
What, the elves?
Yeah.
Elves
Or-
are not friends.
Or are these the elves of? Is this just a hoax, and they're trying to get us out of the buildings?
There's more shouting going back and forward. It sounds like Gorogoroth is shouting something from the well tower, and the elves are responding. The elves, from what you can make out over your conversation, the elves appear to be demanding that everybody in the outpost leave, or the elves will kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
And Gorogoroth is telling them to go to the black. No one's leaving at all. You can hear Lalarash arguing with him.
Nobody's leaving at all except for us.
Exactly. I think we should just leave.
Do we think that we can leave unnoticed?
With half a dozen kanks? No.
No.
We can grab enough supplies for us. What about one kank? Is one kank something that can hide?
I am not leaving my kank. My kank is coming.
Okay. Do we have enough water for all of us?
If we take the kanks, yes.
So let us take one kank. Leave the others. We cannot hide 8 kanks fully laden.
Let's take your one, Zuxis. Load it with enough food and water, and let's go.
Darjay
Something
sticks
done.
his head out of the trapdoor again.
Okay, Darjay, you can see that the elves are fanning out into the compound. You can see on one of the far warehouses, Amani and Harlak are on the roof of one of the opposite warehouses. They've clearly survived. Gorgoroth is in the well tower. He's stridently arguing that they're not leaving, they're not going anywhere. Even as Lalarash argues with him, the elven woman who's standing on top of the berm, and I'll just give you a picture of her real quick, just so you can see who's behind what's about to happen. Where is she? There we go. Her. She snaps a hand down, and from 3 or 4 archers standing next to her, arrows hurtle across the camp, and they strike Gorgoroth with unerring accuracy. He staggers sideways, long, flat shafts piercing his chest, topples forward out of the well tower, and is dead before he hits the ground.
Ah.
I suggest you reconsider, she says.
I think it's time to leave.
Yes.
They will kill all of us.
Let us go.
Now.
Not
Okay,
if
so
Is there a back door?
How about we free that elf that we
the
promised to
one
free?
the one in the
That would
tower.
take too much time. We must leave now.
It will buy us the goodwill that we need to leave out of here.
They will know he's been charmed.
They will.
I would have thought so.
So you're in the this warehouse here, right? You can conceivably, if you were to leave immediately, you could probably get over the back berm with one, maybe two kanks. Any other action would involve going in this direction, which would mean being spotted by the elves who are currently along this berm here.
Okay. If we go,
They seem to
here,
want you to leave. Them spotting you might not be a disaster, but if you want to leave unseen, it means going over the northern berm and going right away.
Can we go towards this back corner here?
Yeah, you could loop around the back of the warehouse and go back that way.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
What
They-
about
they
this outer wall of the warehouse? Is that really solid?
Yes, it's stone.
Oh, okay.
They want us to go, right? But do they want to take things from us also? You know, they're asking us to vacate the outpost, but
They most likely
if we
would take
take
our
the
stuff.
They will very likely take our stuff. I suggest we then take my kank and another kank laden with water and some supplies that we can carry.
And for me,
You want a third kank for you?
no, I will sit on the second kank.
Okay.
at the back.
Fair enough. Yes. Or you can sit on my kank. That's probably better.
Whichever is easier.
Okay,
so
well, a single can carry 400 pounds, and that's like 50 gallons on a single cank. So that is
weigh-
enough. That's
I weigh
enough.
64 pounds, so
Yeah, that's like 10 days worth of
yeah,
easily
Or-
10 days for your group.
for the group, yeah. So I suggest is that we put ticket on my kank,
Yeah.
and then whatever is left in the weight, because I have to check. I don't think there's much left weight-wise. I'll be working myself. How much do you weigh, ticket,
64 pounds.
including your equipment?
Add another
I don't
20
have-
pounds of equipment.
I have like a spear.
Siora
And so-
begins moving,
And a
so
stick.
there's half of the water, half of the food on one kank, and
No,
then the
no,
other
no,
half
no,
of the
no,
water,
no,
half of the...
no.
If we lose a kank,
No, 3/4 of water and 1/4 of food. We need the water more than we need the food. The
that's
food,
fine, as long as
Yeah.
it's balanced per kank. We don't want to have one die and it be the one that carries all the food.
we will have to rearrange then. We'll see. And we're not going to let them die.
Alright, we leave.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm. Shall we?
We carry to the max of supplies on our person as well, guys. So not just the kanks, but carry also as much as you can carry with you.
Okay, you're lading yourself down with dried food, dried nuts, root wine, water on the kanks. And before the elves have managed to fan out further, hurry out toward the northern berm. I'm going to need an animal handling insects roll from you, please, Suxis. This seems to be the most sensible individual to keep the
Yeah.
kanks moving quickly and quietly. That'll be under proficiencies on your sheet, if you just make me a roll for that,
Yes.
please.
Efficiencies, handling insects. Boom.
Okay, good. Your innate connection with insect species allows you to forge an immediate bond with the new kank
Well, they're both animal befriended, and of course the second kank that we take is befriended as well. So I've made an animal friendship as per the extra power of spells and powers I got.
Yep. Just to answer your question over chat there, Panda, spears, daggers, arrows, and a third bone widow's knife in decent numbers. So if you want to, snag
I will
some of
take-
that,
I will gladly accept any spears, just for ranged purposes.
Yep, cool. There are 8 spears in total stored in the back of the warehouse.
Nice.
Plus the guys we fought last session where they had a couple of obsidian spears.
I
that we
already
used.
put those on the. He already got the spears. He used them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take as many daggers, widow's knives, and arrows that I can carry. I don't feel like
okay.
I can easily carry many spears.
So
I
there
don't
are
think we're
6
going to take
daggers.
all 8 spears.
6 daggers, 3 bone widow's knives, so that's 1 in addition to the 2 you already have, and 30 flight arrows, all bone.
Are there any bolts? By
No.
chance? No.
So, armed and equipped, you follow Suxis's lead as she leads the 2 kanks out and over the back of the berm and into the deserts beyond Outpost 3. I will pull back to Aliarka's map. So Outpost 3 is here. You can see down the bottom there's a scale in miles.
Mm-hmm.
Niben is about 50 miles in this direction. Off to the southeast. West, sorry. If you want to make a break for Niben, that's the direction you need to go. Okay? Aliarka identified the Gith camp as being just a couple of miles to the east in the foothills of the Black Spine Mountains. There are camps of 3 different tribes of elves, Swiftwings, Nightcloaks, and Silver Seekers, arrayed across the dunes between yourselves and the Red Tower. But there are routes you could take using the map and some suitable rolls to bypass those should you wish to head in that
I
direction.
have navigation, so I can maybe do some navigation.
Yep.
So
Good.
do I. Yeah.
And the
Between
Red
the two of
Tower,
us.
the Red Tower itself is perhaps between 7 and 8 miles distant, straight across the dunes. That is going to take you with the kanks. That's going to be a full day's travel. Simply because dunes are a pain in the ass to walk on, even when you're a bug.
We managed to get out of sight of the outpost without being spotted.
Because of Zuxis' skill with the insects, up and over the berm, and you're heading away. And I just need to know from you which direction you're going. Is it for the Red Tower? Is it for Niben?
I believe it's the Red Tower, isn't it?
Will we reach the Red Tower before the before the storm settles?
Okay, so this is I looked this up and to look at survival skills. Who has survival sandy wastes? No one. You have every single other skill, every single other terrain. No one is specialized in sandy wastes, which I do find kind of funny. But any one of you can make me a survival roll at a -5 penalty.
What's survival wisdom?
It's wisdom, yeah.
I got a
roll
12
it?
in wisdom.
I would go the person with the highest wisdom. Make me a roll at -5, please. You're not in your native terrain, and the dust bowl effect of sandy wastes can interfere with things. What's that? A natural 20. Thicket, you have no idea whatsoever. The entire horizon around you appears to be full of a thick band of dust, and you can't tell whether it's the extremities of the eye of the storm or simply what sandy wastes are like. Who's that rolling in 19? Senex, likewise. No, you haven't a clue.
-5.
Wow.
Oh, that's the other way though, isn't it?
Yeah. No, you guys have no idea. No. Wow, that's terrible. Someone else having a go there.
Yeah, that's me.
Suxis.
But
You're
that's
right on the
there
nose.
we go. And fight on the nose, yes. Suxis, you actually think that there's probably enough time. The wind has dropped down. The eye of the storm is probably rotating rather than moving laterally.
And we'll need to have a shelter at the Red Tower to actually make it in the storm. We need to be there. Yeah.
Yes, but that's tomorrow's problem. It'll be fine, inshallah. You'll be all right.
I relay this. If we hurry now.
I nod. I'll actually say to Scath this if I get a moment. Save the day of protection for tomorrow.
It's your money.
I help ticket onto the kank.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. And you're off.
Yes.
Darja, you realize almost immediately that you're going to have to pull yourself in really rather considerably. The Jozal is off and over the nearest dune before you even realize what's going on. And then he comes back up and appears again like, the hell is keeping you people? He's even faster than the Kanks, just skittering like a little desert lizard, really, barely held back in place by the. By
Who
the
gave
terrain.
the lizard cocaine again?
I'll jump on Darjo's back.
So I'm guessing we're going at the rate of 12, right?
Yeah. If any of you are walking, then that's that's the rate you're going. Yeah. And so you begin a long. So say again, Grandy.
Oh, sorry. I said some of us will have to. Do we know who's riding?
The ticket is riding.
Okay.
What time of day is it? Are we leaving in the morning and then kind of walking through the day, or are we leaving at night and walking through the night?
It's actually fairly early morning.
Okay.
So
It'll get hot.
You may be running the risk of heat. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can do a heat protection roll on myself, just to kind of prep myself.
Okay, and let me just.
What's a papyrus? Oh, no, hang on, not papyrus. What am I thinking? A parasol.
Oh, that's like an umbrella.
Yeah, I've got a parasol. I'll get that out.
It's good for shade. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My mud protects me, man.
May I stand under your parasol with you?
No, it's mine.
No! Scathis, kill him! Kill him now!
If it's big enough for two, then yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
I guess every now and then, while he's waiting for you guys to catch up, Darja uses his own neck frills to fan himself.
Keep
the sun
nice.
off.
Oh, that's really cool. And across the sands you head, and there's an accurate picture of the sand waste there for you. Want to roll 20? That's the terrain. What?
Is that
That's
the
my
picture you took?
house. Yeah,
Yes, I was about to say that looks really
with darksun sky though.
nice.
Barbecue not shown.
Wait, that's real?
That's
Yeah,
real.
that's
Yeah.
real. That's near. That's where I live. Pretty.
Not the sky, though.
Not the sky. No, the sky.
How do you live?
Never ever go out. That's how. Across this you trudge up one side of the dunes, slipping, sliding down the other. The sand flows like water. Your feet sinking up to the ankles and shins as you trudge. Only the broad spread of the kank's limbs allows them to move with any degree of stability across the terrain. You're trudging, out of breath, sweating, the sand gritty and slipping into your eyes, your nostrils, your mouths. The heat rises considerably through the day, and it hits about 50-something degrees by the mid of the day. Celsius, not freedom degrees. And I am indeed going to need, because of this, heat protection rolls from everybody who has it. If anyone doesn't have heat protection, I'm just going
I already did mine.
I think Suxis and Scathis don't have heat protection because they don't need it.
The Surans don't need it. Darja has it. Do you want me to roll a d20 for you, Lucan?
Yes, please. I mean, I can
Do
do
I-
it here if it's just a straight D20.
It's just a straight d20.
Do I get a bonus from being under a parasol?
You will, yes.
Whoops.
Oh,
Is
wow.
it a
I got
plus
one.
5 bonus?
Oops.
Whoops.
Listen,
Okay, Darje, what did you roll?
A 1.
A 1, that's fine. So let me just go down the list real quick here. Darje, you passed.
Oh! The
Senex
only time a
14,
1
you,
is good, I guess.
you passed. Siora, that's terrible. But you are sharing a parasol with someone, I heard you say?
Yeah, me.
yeah, I'm like arm linked with Senex under his parasol.
Yeah, that gives you shade, which reduces your water requirement, but doesn't reduce the effect of the temperature. I'm going to roll con damage for you in a second. Scathis and Suxis are unaffected on account of being desert lizards. And Thicket, what did you get?
I got.
Oh, you passed. I see that.
I
Yeah.
passed. Yeah, 11 out of 13. So.
Okay. Well, it's not too hard to tell who is the city girl, as despite her use of your parasol, Siora's skin is reddening and blistering as the day progresses. Siora, you lose 2 points of constitution from dehydration, from heat damage, should I say. It is temporary, of course, but that's not a great outcome for you, particularly not as that's going to strip you of 4 hit points.
So do we notice that she's not making it properly?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Then
Is she wearing any kind of covering?
Have you seen her picture? You drew it.
Yes, I know what her clothes look like. I'm just asking if she's wearing anything on top of that.
You're
There's
clearly
such
too
a thing
hot.
called
You need to
layering.
take some clothes off.
No.
Senex is a dirty old man, apparently.
Siora is not looking good. She is clearly not used to deep desert travel, and even the parasol is keeping the worst off her. But you can see across her shoulders it's starting to blacken and blister, and her lips are getting that kind of deeply puckered, dehydrated look.
So when I go to her, I hand her a drink.
Oh, thank you.
An extra drink.
Glug.
And I grab a handful of the desert sand. And in a series of guttural hisses, I kind of throw it out over her head. And then finish the guttural hisses, the sequence, with touching, giving her a small push. And when she lurches back up, suddenly her complexions have turned a little bit blackish.
Just merciful shadows.
Yes.
Just as me.
A desert trick.
Scathis is looking over his shoulder as he walks, watching this. Zuxis, how is she looking? Will she die?
She will not die.
She will not die. But she stays
Shakes his head.
she stays under the parasol with the other soft skin.
Are you guys walking?
Trudging, but yes.
Yes. I hand Siora a small clay pot from my bag. It's painkiller.
Oh, cool. Oh, thank you. What do I
Rub this.
do with
Rub this on your wounds. On your shoulders.
Like sunscreen.
Yeah.
She'll do that.
A painkiller will.
But stay out of the sun with it, because otherwise it will function like oil and it will fry you more brown.
So the painkiller is a salve, essentially with mud. It restores 1d4 hit points for 1d3 hours. 1d3 plus 1 hours. But if you start to fight, you'll lose an additional d4 hit points if the painkiller and when the painkiller wears off.
So
Yeah, yes,
the
it'll give
salve
you.
won't actually. It's not an injury. It's due to a constitution loss. So there's not actually a.
But will it soothe the pain?
Yes, it will. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you,
Well,
Thicket.
it's just it's temporary. I mean, it's just a while we travel.
Okay. Well, Siori's not going to get any worse thanks to the Merciful Shadow spell, and at least the discomfort of the sunburn is ameliorated by Thicket's salve. Behind you, you hear fading whoops and shrieks from the elves, and you can't help but wonder what is happening to those you left behind at Outpost 3.
Nothing good.
But ahead, the desert beckons, and you have other concerns. You're looking over the rough map that Aliaka drew for you. Up ahead, there are the camps of 3 elven tribes.
I'm going to do a
To move
navigation
past
roll
them
too.
is going to require some fairly skilled navigation.
I just rolled.
I will roll with you.
Okay, you can't. There's no point rolling together. One
Oh.
person rolls, the other person gives them a +1.
Ah, okay. Then I'll give you +1.
Okay, Thicket.
Hmm.
Let me pull that map back up real quick for you. Where are we? There we go. Okay. You correctly interpret the map to steer clear of the Swiftwing camp. As you move up and down over the dunes, Darjay, in fact, you're fairly certain you can spot way off, a couple of miles off in the west, the thin tendrils of cooking fires. But ahead, by the most direct route to the Red Tower, will take you right between the Night Cloaks and the Silver Seekers. And judging by Aliaka's map, those camps are barely a couple of miles apart. For this one, I'm going to need a navigation roll at -5 to correctly thread the passage through the dunes to avoid being spotted.
Is it a second roll?
Yeah,
Can I use inspiration?
absolutely you can, yes.
Okay.
So
it only
we
gives,
confer together with Thicket, Zuxis, and Darjay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it only gives +1, but
My
Okay.
+1
What-
is +2. Yeah.
What is
Oh, that's a good roll.
Okay, 17 goes down to a 12 because it was a -5.
Yeah.
Success gives you a +1, which means that your roll is good for a 13. You're 1 point away. Darjay, what is the form
Wait,
of
what?
inspiration you're giving?
I rolled a 14, not a 17.
Yes, but you get a -5, which makes
Oh,
that
okay.
14 into a 19, which means you're 2 points
Gotcha.
shy. With Success's
Ah.
help, you're only 1 point shy. Darjay talked about a point of inspiration. And before I allow you to have that +1, I wish to hear from Darjay what manner
Yes.
this inspiration takes.
thank
Otherwise, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you with elves.
Okay, right. Listen up. This is what he does. So as we're working this out, Darjay will ask you for his attention, your attention, I mean, and he
Mhm.
will land himself on top of, the peak of the dune where, the
Mhm.
sand starts to spill over and catch in the wind, and he lays himself in such a way that the sand runs directly over his scales in pretty patterns, and you're all very impressed. Must have taken years of muscle control. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
I roll my eyes.
I'm actually it inspires me because it reminds me of my own patrons. So
See?
you look like a little geyser sticking out of the sand.
As a fellow wizard, I can admire the skill and art it takes to actually get this pattern going. Understand that well.
The way the sand flows there is indeed a suggestion there that move this way, not that way. Flow with the dunes, not against them.
Oh, I was discussing with Silber how fucked we were.
This is what we need to do. Flow.
And this is exactly what it takes to wind your way through the valleys between one, another, and a third dune. And then finally you are past the patrolling areas of the Night Cloaks and the Silver Seekers. And only the last few miles of open dunes lie between yourselves, the Red Tower, and the Sea of Silt itself. We shall pick you up on your final approach to this fabled location after a break. The sun has risen, baking brutally hot, and finally descends off into the west, disappearing behind the dunes in a boiling cloud of crimson. You can see now what Zuxis has pointed out, that this is indeed the eye of the storm you are within. A half dozen miles across, it's a monster of a tempest that must be spreading dust from the Sea of Silt all across the eastern tablelands. The sun floods the dune with snarling red light. And finally you reach a high point, and there, down below you, you spot it. It can only be the Red Tower, overlooking the shores of the Sea of Silt, and with a giant D20 on the picture, apparently. Is that yours, Lee? The dust ocean spreads off into the distance, a gentle undulating set of greyish waves. The sun hanging low beyond the waiting dust clouds, and the tower itself on a rocky promontory overlooking the silt. Old columns of a fallen civilization dot the landscape around it. Stairs wind their way up the stones, up to the base of the tower, and presumably up into its heights. From this distance, there's no immediate sign of life, but surely life must be here. Indeed, Senex, you can feel it now. The rod that you've been carrying is almost thrumming with life, thrumming with awareness, with proximity. Its twin is near. But of course, if it can sense another rod, then whoever holds that other rod must be able to sense you. And with that in mind, can you make me a saving throw against spells, please?
Negative.
We've just done the
I'm
hard
not
work for
asking,
him.
I'm telling. I'm the boss of you. Roll.
Okay.
Well done, you.
That's good, right?
Yeah, that's very good. You feel an awareness brush over you, and then it fades away again. Whatever it is, whomever it is, doesn't desire immediate mental contact. You know that if they did, you would be immediately aware of it. It's a brush against your mind, nothing more. So, do you wish to make the ascent up the stairs and into the Red Tower itself? Do you have some other tactic in mind? The day is nearing its end. Your journey has brought you here. Your two kanks starting to ferret around for small stiltweed that grows at the edge of the dust ocean.
Can I do an observation? See if there's any light in the tower or...
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh at the jokes about Senex's thrumming rod that are going back.
Where's that been?
To the Discord chat. It's smutly. It's just smut. Don't sully your
Just-
mind with it.
We already established that he's playing a dirty old man, so
Can I try and hide in shadows in advance so that when we do head inside, I'm somewhat hidden?
You're concealed, yes. So, Arnett, please give me an observation roll.
I just gave you one. I got a 13.
As everyone's rolling dice here without my permission, I don't like it.
Well, I
Well,
also
you
want to
just
roll
keep-
dice without permission. I
What?
want to also hide in shadows.
Okay, go ahead. So, Siora, that's a fail on your hide in shadows. 70 over 50. Senex and Thicket both rolling observation there. I'll get to you in just a sec. Darjay, do you have D percentages, or am I rolling them for you here?
Yeah, I need one or two, right? Both?
You need 2d10.
Okay, that's 40.
40, okay. And your hide in shadows percentage is 40. Did you roll a 40?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a spot on then. Okay, good. Right. Darjay vanishes from sight. Siora, you attempt to follow suit, but you've been a little bit discomforted perhaps by the sunburn and the...
I like lean against a wall and I feel the burn touch it. I'm like, oh.
Mhm. Exactly. As for Thicket and Senex, you spot movement on the stairs.
Okay.
You are certain you see a couple of individuals scurrying for cover behind some of the outcrops of rock.
Can I get a sense of what
But-
type of individuals?
What did you roll? No. Senex, you think they're Gith. But one stands without attempting to conceal itself. And I'm just going to... Where is he?
When you say stairs, you mean these stairs in the front here?
Yeah, it's about halfway up.
Okay.
This individual simply
Oh.
strides out to the edge of the stairs.
Which one of the two?
The Kreen, not them all being murdered. An immense, bulky Kreen. Leather epaulettes framing its huge torso. It holds a Githka in its upper arms and a pair of short swords in its lower arms. And just stands there, immobile, antennae moving ever so gently to and fro. Of the two Gith that were with it a moment ago, you cannot see them. It's not bothering to hide.
It has Gith around him, hidden.
Is he controlling them?
The Gith? Or
Yes.
you-
What? How does he get their loyalty like this?
Do I think it might be undead or?
Doesn't look undead.
Who knows? Maybe it's the rod.
Okay. Or maybe because he's a scion, right?
I would have said more the rod. My short research that I have had on it. It's a rod that can dominate creatures.
Living and undead.
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so.
And can you use it like that? If he can't you? Or can you negate his control?
Is it just dead people, isn't it?
No, it's if you read the description, it tells you exactly what it does.
Recommend first mass domination. Use a PSP. Oh, I can also
Basically has-
command undead. Yeah.
Yes, it has 2 powers.
It's both undead and living. Yes, I can use it, but it is dangerous.
Why?
If I'm not powerful enough, it could then dominate me, or even kill me.
The rod or the power that you're using?
The rod.
Oh.
And the rod senses its twin,
Right.
and vice
So-
versa.
So he knows we are here.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
Well, it's quite obvious that they noticed that we're here because his henchmen have noticed. Can you get rid of his henchmen with the thing? Since we're risking it all anyway, maybe you should consider risking it all as well with the rod.
Oh, so you're asking me to waste my life then?
Well, you are asking us also to waste our life, right? We're all asking each other to waste our lives here. Look at what. Have you seen that Kreen?
Yes.
Do you want to fight that Kreen?
How strong are his psionic defenses? Do you know?
It may not have any. I'm just looking. Each time the world uses a rod, they must save versus spells. Jesus Christ.
I have something that might make it not want to fight us. But it is quite hard to pull off. But if you're able to lower his defenses, I might be able to do it.
Can I tell if he's got any defenses? You're muted.
Who has
The
Can you
cream.
tell if who has defenses? Do you mean can you test if it has an open mind or not?
Yes.
Just use a telepathic power against it.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll use my sense link,
Yeah, good one.
Okay, go ahead.
as I can't fail at it.
Yep.
Where are you? Oh my god! I rolled a 1 again.
Okay, so that allows for a normal connection with the Kreen's mind.
Yeah.
You become aware that it is watching you intently, and as soon as your awareness floods into its mind, the thing leaps into action instantaneously. Comes scuttling down the first sets of steps and launches a flurry of chatkachas straight at you.
Damn. Does it know that I connect to it then?
Okay, one of them flies off, catches a slight thermal and disappears into the sea of silt. The other one finds its home and slams into you, dealing you 9 points of damage there.
I focus and absorb 8 of it.
Okay, can you knock off the points for that, please?
Yep, done.
Okay, so you take a single point of damage.
Yep, I will add that now.
Put you on 16 here. Okay, what do you guys want to do, by the way? Just as a quick declaration of actions.
Scath's protection starts now.
Before initiative dice start rolling.
I'm going to prepare a spell.
Yeah?
I whip out my my crossbow.
I cannot see the map, but I would like to place myself for a backstab on an enemy of your choice.
The large one.
The large one. There, yeah.
Okay,
How many
so what I'll...
enemies do we see?
Just a minute, I'm going to
the
pull you
one
guys
right
over to a
now.
map right now.
But they are hidden.
Okay. Right. You can make out here, I've actually put the Gith on here. Now that you come to the bottom of the stairs, you can see them. One Gith standing there, one Gith here, and the Kreen is up here. Put your guys all down at the bottom of the map, down here. On the stairs, down here. This is where you start. All down there. Dark J, I will pull you over. Where are you? There you go. So you're basically standing at the bottom of a winding stairway that leads straight up a rocky cliff face toward a tower high overhead. And your opponents are...
I love how we're all pressed against the bottom of the map as much as possible. We don't
Your
want to go
opponents
there.
are over 100 feet up the stairs away from you right now. Okay? I'm just gonna...
And where is the Kreen? Because the Kreen came down.
The Kreen is shown on the map.
But he jumped down to, or didn't he jump down to attack Senex?
He can throw his track.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I've just put an initiative count up for everyone, please. Can you roll initiative? It'll go straight to the tracker, and we can proceed as we need to.
What will I roll, or what will I use for initiative if I'm going to spend my first turn optimizing my armor?
There should be a thing called general action.
Understood.
Huh. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong number.
A quick question. What are those? Are those obsidian balls I'm seeing here in the map?
There are obsidian balls lying around. Yes, I will get to that if we have an opportunity. Darjay, do you want me to roll for bows for you, or are you gonna? You said you were gonna try and hide and move into position for a backstab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll roll for general action for you then.
Okay.
It's not all disconcerting.
Okay, so Darjay, you're first. Give me a percentage roll again, please.
Yep. Okay, 51.
51. Okay, so that's not enough to hide. Do you still want to move into toward melee?
I thought I was already hidden. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, you're quite right. You were hidden. I don't require a roll from you. So, given the distance, you're going to spend the entire round moving, because they're more than a combat move away, like 120 feet. Would you prefer to go for one of the two Gith or the big ass Kreen?
Big ass Kreen. Why not?
Okay, so I'll move
Gonna
you
get
stealthily up
smushed.
into a position near the top of the stairs, right near the Kreen. He's a big, hefty insect boy, double-ended Gith cut in his upper arms, a pair of short swords in his lower arms. You realize you really don't want to have this go wrong, or he's going to slice and dice you with
Yeah.
with considerable skill. Scathis, you're next on a 4. Armor optimization, I heard you say.
That's correct. Armor optimization.
Okay. Scathis, that boosts your armor class to 23 for this round. Nice.
For this round?
Sorry, for the rest of this combat.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, of the Gith, the first warrior runs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there to the top of the nearest set of stairs, and pulls a short bow and opens fire. Bit rude, but he does it anyway. It's not even clear who he's aiming at. The shot goes completely wide. Thicket.
I'm gonna hold for the Kreen to approach. But I'm casting a spell, but he needs to be within 10 yards of me, basically.
Okay, so was 5 your roll, or is 5 the
5 is my roll, yeah, for the casting time.
Okay.
I hit the initiative button on the spell in question, so I'm assuming that includes the casting time of the spell.
Yes, it does. What's the casting time of the spell?
Well,
no one can distract you anyway. So.
The casting time is 1.
Okay, so no, it's not disruptible. Okay, so we'll have you hold for the Kreen, but you've got a spell ready to go.
Yeah.
The next Gith warrior, this Gith warrior runs down the stairs. It runs right past you, Darjay. So if you wanted to launch an attack against him, you can go ahead. Just as an opportunity attack as he runs by, but that will reveal you.
You think I should? Or get smushed by Big Bug?
No, because then it opens you up for Big Boy.
The Kreen's like really right next to you. You're crouched
That
down
is
behind
so
behind some
Yeah.
rubble.
Just remember what Tick Tick could do.
I could stab him, but then that will spot me.
No, I remember Tick Tick.
Yeah. Okay. He
I
runs to the
remember
top of
what
the
we
stairs.
did in the Gladiator Arena to those 3 Giselle. I
Oh
remember.
dear, yes. What's
Right, exactly. Yes.
Skewers.
And he launches a pair of arrows straight down towards Scathis. Shot. And shot. These are terrible, terrible rolls. He's not going to hit anything like that. Just, go in, reconsider your life choices. Yeah. Okay. No. Not anywhere nearby. Senex.
I'm going to ego whip the Kreen.
Okay. Cool.
Oh no, it's a humanoid, isn't it?
Yes, it won't work against him.
No, it won't work against him.
And he's got more than 4 hit dice too.
Okay, I'm just going to brace my spear then.
Okay, right. Okay. To Zach, the Cream. 1, 2.
No. Sorry, can I take that back? I am going to cast Sensory Suppression.
Okay.
On the Cream. Let me just double check it. Sensory Suppression. One
Temporary
creature.
blind or deafen him.
Yes.
Okay, the penalties won't be as strong for him because he has blind sense because he's a Cream. But it will have an effect.
Okay, well then I am definitely going to... Well, obviously I need to roll it first, and then I need to manipulate it, I believe.
Yep, his mental armor class is 12.
Okay, and I need to roll that one there. Yep.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Yep.
and now I'm going to manipulate it. Spending an extra 5 PSPs. That works.
Nice, done. Okay.
Costing 7 PSPs, and he's blind and
yes.
deaf.
Blind and deaf. Okay, so the penalties are 1 point lower for him because of his little antennae, but that absolutely has an effect, and it's ideally done because how far is that? That's 110 feet, which means 9. That's actually within range for him for a full combat attack. He runs forward to about here, and then leaps the remainder of the distance and lands right in front of yourself and Scathis. And
Okay, hold on.
unleashes go ahead. Unleashes a burst of attacks against the.
I'm presuming that this was also triggered Darjay's attack when he passes Darjay.
No, Darjay used his actions to get there.
Oh, okay, because he had one for the gift. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, but the gift doesn't have rapid retreat, whereas the Queen is a warrior and does.
Yeah.
So Darjay, you're aware of the Queen running past and leaping away from your immediate chance to take an attack against him, frustratingly enough.
So I moved there for nothing.
You did indeed move there for nothing. These are Kreen. I don't know what to tell you. They're awful things to fight. He swings twice with his Githka.
Can I use my held spell?
Yes, go ahead. Those are both going to hit.
I try to time it so before he attacks. It's cause fear.
Okay, you can't time it before he attacks because you get a 1 point penalty for holding.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but it's going to go off. His attacks are going to land, and then the spell's going to go off.
Okay.
Okay, if you wanted to affect him beforehand, you have to cast it beforehand.
What minuses does he get?
He gets -3. So those both hit armor class 24, and Scathis is currently armor class 23. So those both hit by 1 point. He will land the Githka attacks, and then the fear spell will go off, and then his secondary attacks follow if he passes the save.
Nice.
Githka. Okay, 18 points of damage to Scathis. The Githka, a double-ended polearm, whistles through the air, slashes into your upper torso, slashes into your midriff. You're sure the thing should be blind based on the psychic power that Senex has unleashed against it. It doesn't seem to be slowing it down too much. Its tentacles its antennae are waving with preternatural awareness. Okay, and then it's a saving throw against spells, correct?
Presumably, yes. Save. It says Wisdom adjustment applies.
Yep.
A successful saving throw negates it.
Okay. Here we go. That's a pass. It shakes off the fear effect and continues with its brutal array of attacks. Focuses initially a bite against Scathis. Scathis, saving throw against paralyzation, please.
Is that a -4 as well? -3 as well?
That is a -3. So that's a miss, actually. That's a miss. The blindness causes it to the bite to just miss you, as paralytic venom is not deployed. It moves next to the next person in line, which is Siora. And now swings with its 2 short swords.
Oh my god.
That's a natural 20 with one of them. The other one's going to be a miss. So Siora for the bone short sword there. You are taking 6, 5, 6, 7 damage.
You can absorb some of that if you want.
7 damage, you said?
Yeah.
Then I will use some PSPs to nullify that, essentially.
All of it?
Yeah, so that would be, what, 4?
Yeah. Okay. So the blow should lay your flesh open, but it does not. Your Alan abilities cause the blood to reflow, to change, and you suffer no damage. The Queen
That is a
stands in front
handy
of a
ability.
small group.
Especially with how many PSPs she's got.
And Siora, you're up next.
So I actually don't know the odds of this succeeding. I'm not able to read the sheet correctly. But considering what I just did and him like laying into me, and presumably it looks like I'm fine, I would like to try using invincible foes. And I want to try and make him think that he is screwed, essentially. There are 2 buttons next to it. I don't know which one I click to try and roll for it.
The one that looks like the dice.
They both have dice.
Okay.
It's the one, the one not next to the macro. The one left of the macro.
And your target number is 16. Okay. You fail to marshal the psychic energies sufficiently and are, I'm afraid, unable to reach into the Queen's mind.
Dang. Can I use... I forget if this is like a bonus action or not, but then can I try and hide into the shadows?
Yes, I've got multiple people on my list here. I don't know what's going on here. And we're going to have to clear this out. Yeah, go ahead and make a hide in shadows roll.
God, I wish I had that spell, that power.
Okay, yeah, you unfortunately failed to hide properly. Success.
Success takes aim point blank at the creature's thorax with her crossbow and delivers a kiss from her spider sister.
Okay, he's armor class 16.
Here goes to hit.
Twang.
Nice. Yes, okay. Saving throw against poison.
Okay, yes, please.
Oh, that's a fail. What's the poison?
The poison is the big one.
What's the effect?
Try to find it. Give me a sec. Sorry. It is immediate death 0.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Matthias, is that you?
Okay. The Queen gives a startled gasp, staggers backward, and drops, slumps sideways, slain by the poison.
Wonderful.
That was freaking outrageous. That is not something you wanted to be having an extended combat with.
No,
Nicely done,
exactly.
guys. Okay, and we'll add everyone back. There are still a couple of poor, hapless individuals on the battlefield. I've just cleared the initiative thing out. Can I get initiative rolls from the rest of you, please?
Yes.
I suppose so.
If I have to.
If I have to. Oh, same again. Alright, darling. You alright?
I do want to ask: is it visible on the dead Queen? The rod was he holding it?
No, doesn't actually appear to have anything.
No.
Okay, then I will change my action. I guess that would then add.
As 1 point, yeah. Or whatever the new action is.
I'm going to be using my longbow, so I think that's an initiative that it has a speed of 8. So actually, it'll be what 12.
Yeah. Okay. So
Can
do you
I
want me to mod that, or can you do it?
can I
I got
re-roll my Oh no, I'm gonna could you take the 5 off, because I'm gonna not shoot my heavy crossbow. Actually, I'm gonna do something else, I think.
Okay. What do you want to do?
If I get the opportunity, I want to start dismembering this screen before it gets raised against us.
Okay. What did you roll on the dice?
15. Was it not 18?
What was your actual roll?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't check. I just see myself appear here on your turn order with the 18 result.
I see it. You rolled an 8.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Success. So you bend immediately and start tearing the screen apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clever girl.
At the same time as that, Thicket.
I pull out my short bow and I shoot the Gith with it.
Okay, go ahead.
Because reasons. And I shoot twice, right? Yes.
Yeah, Gith is on plus 12. Both
That's
hit.
a hit. And a hit. Woohoo! I can actually hit something. This is fantastic.
Boing, boing, thwack, thwack. Mighty 3 points of damage. Well done. You should feel proud of yourself.
Hey.
Hey.
Gith Warrior over here takes 2 solid arrow shots to him as your short bow arrows fly through the intervening space.
Boing.
Yeah. Senex.
I am going to change to my spear and just hide behind a rock and brace.
Okay, Scathis.
Scathis, as annoyed at the damage that he took as he is at the fact that he didn't get to take revenge, pulls out a spear and charges forward to try and throw it at this Gith warrior up here at me.
This one over here? Or the other one?
That's the one, the Gith warrior one, yep.
Yep, okay. He's been shot by 2 arrows already, so, yep.
I softened him up for you.
So you hurtle your way up the steps, into position, and launch the spear. Oh! Lands. Nice shot. Just catches him right in the chest. His armor class is only 12, so that's a hit.
7 damage.
A meaty thunk as the spear pierces his githy carapace. He squawks in surprise and pain, and then leaps through intervening space towards you, gains a +2 on his attack on account of his big springy legs, and takes a swing at you with his... Yeah, good luck. Armor class 4. Not even close. The Gith's obsidian spear whistles through empty air, fails to connect. Gith Warrior 2 takes a few steps forward and launches another pair of arrow shots at you, attempting to back his companion up.
Mark, just a quick question. These rocky outcropping things in the middle of the battlefield that split the stairs into, how tall are those?
They range between 6 and 15 feet high. Some of them look smaller. They're like 6 feet high. These big ones in the middle are a good 15 feet high. So they do actually prevent moving back.
Yes, it's almost like a wall.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Dara J. The Gith who ran past you before had come to a stop and has been launching arrows down the stairs. He's completely unaware of you crouched down behind him. You can see that the Thrikreen who leapt down into the battlefield appears to have been killed outright, and it looks like Suxis is tearing his body apart. However, there is a Gith standing not 10-15 feet away from you, completely unaware of your presence. Should you wish to
I'm going to go for
soft.
A backstab on him, yes.
Little stabby.
All right, go ahead. You want me to roll, or are you rolling? I've got your character sheet here if you need it.
Could you roll, because I don't have all the bonuses.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, thank you.
Okay. Claws and bite?
Yes.
Okay. Claw, bite. Okay, one claw goes wide, but the other claw and your bite all land as you appear out of the sandy shadows behind him, and claw and bite.
It is exactly like that scene in Jurassic Park with the
He takes 8 points of damage from the attack from behind, gives a frightened squawk, and spins around to face you. I'm wondering where the hell this lizard came from.
Is there any
present I haven't-
backstab damage?
At present, I haven't applied any poison to your claws or bite. But if you wish to use any of your poisons, let me know, and I will make it so. Siora.
Okay, so I'm going to use my longbow, and I'm going to try and fire at the Gith Warrior 1, the one that's attacking Scathers.
Yep.
Am I okay to do it from this range, or do I need to move forward?
No, you're well within short range.
Great. Let's try doing this twice. Alright. I think one definitely misses. I think the other one hits, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they had AC 12, didn't they?
Yeah, so there was one as a natural miss. So the first one's a hit, the second one's an absolute miss.
That is 9 damage on the Gith Warrior 1.
A steel arrow hurtles over your shoulder, impales the Gith. He drops to one knee, bleeding copiously from it, clutching his solitary hit point in panic to his chest. Success, you are mangling bodies.
Yeah, I'm dismembering it. All the appendixes are coming off, and I'm getting careful to actually be able to retain the poison of its bite, so I can actually extract the poison if possible.
Okay. Can I get an animal? Where are you? Animal lore insect roll from you, please.
Yes.
We need to redo initiative.
There you go.
Oh, that's a fail. So you mangle it.
I failed?
Yep, you rolled a 20 there, and your score is
Wow.
19. You accidentally squeeze the gland at the worst possible moment, and it squirts out all over your hand.
It was the stress. It was the stress.
Thicket. We're into a new round. Thank you there, Panda. Initiative rerolls from everyone, please. Okay, so the Gith are up first. The Gith in front of you, Scathis, drops his bow and with his last desperate clinging onto life, launches himself at you in a flurry of biting claws. Claw, bite. Not a hope. He screams in impotent fury, knowing that death is now upon him. The one who you have come and stabbed from behind, RJ, likewise spins around and slashes brutally at you. Claw, bite. That one's definitely hit. That's a natural 20 there. Your armor class is currently 17, so only one hit.
Okay.
And you take a straight 6 damage from a claw that slashes you across the side of the face. The Gith drops to his low haunches, daring you to come at me, brah. But however, Success, you're up.
Success continues dismembering. I'm presuming it's going to take a couple of rounds, right?
If all you're doing is tearing it to pieces, no, you're good.
Okay, then we'll add the weapon speed of my crossbow, and that is how much? 10, right?
Weapon speed is 10, yeah.
Yeah, then put me on 16, please.
Okay. Okay, Senex.
I do nothing.
Okay. Darjay?
The Gith that I was just fighting,
Yep.
still alive?
It is still alive, yes.
Okay.
Moderately injured from your claw and bite.
Yes, I'm going to go back in again with the same, another 1-2 attack with the claws and a bite.
Okay, claw, bite. One claw and one bite land again. You are wearing him down inexorably. The pair of you facing off against each other, clawing, slashing him, clawing and slashing at you, you biting and clawing at him. It's a flurry of scales and big, sharp, bitey teeth. It's quite exciting, really. Scathis, you're fairly certain that he won't last much longer.
Yeah, Scathis just sort of holds his shield in place as the gift is desperately trying to claw at him. And when he thinks he's done, when he thinks there's a pause for to get his breath, he just takes his sword and sweeps at him.
Go. Okay, he's dead. You may describe to me the way in which you end this poor creature's life.
Yeah, like I said, he's just sort of holding him, his shield in place, and when there's a moment, he just sort of sweeps his shield to the side, kind of throwing him off balance a little bit, and then with his other arm comes around right across the neck, taking his head off.
Down the Gith goes, body toppling, headless, decapitated head rolling down the stairs beside you.
Now, some of those rocks were low enough to be shot over, or shot at over. Would it be possible for me to move over some of those rocks?
Yeah, do you have acrobatics?
I don't have that, no.
You do not. So you can make me a dex check at -5 and then attempt to leap over the intervening rocks.
That's right.
Maybe over here.
But this bit here, you could try and leap over that bit. Or there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so on your stats page, there should be a button at the top for rolling against an ability score. Oh, that would be a pass normally, but the -5 penalty of your lack of acrobatic skills causes you to slam against the rock. You take a single point of damage and fail to make the breach.
The insult to injury damage.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Thicket.
Can I see the other Gith warrior from where
Yes,
I'm
you can.
standing?
Yeah.
I shoot him.
Because he's up a good few steps from you.
Shoot him.
Oh! Both hit. The first one's
A crit.
a natural 20. Yeah, crit.
Oh, hey! So I don't need to roll for that, do I?
No, what's the damage on that?
It's D6, so 6.
So he's dead. Because he only had 5 hit points left, thanks to Darjay's assiduous clawing and biting work. Yes. And with that, at least, the battle is over. Dead Kreen and 2 dead Gith. They're
So I don't fire the
dismembered-
second arrow, just FYI.
Yeah. Their dismembered and decapitated bodies litter the stairwell with blood. Up above, the pinnacle of the Red Tower awaits.
Can I retrieve any arrows that I have expended?
If anyone's
Same
fired any arrows, there's a 50% chance that it's broken unless you have maintain ammunition. As a,
Also
I
with-
don't, so
also-
I
also with
guess
the
I'm going to do
bolts?
that.
Yep.
So how do we determine that? I just roll?
You can be easy about it and say, well, if I fired 4, I get 2 back, or you can roll for each one. I don't care what you do. Just
I fired 1, and it was right in front of me.
I fired 3, so I'll just take 1 back.
okay.
I got above 50. Does that mean I get it or not?
You decide.
I say I get them both back.
Okay, that's totally fine. Yep.
Having been very badly wounded, now with the adrenaline of battle wearing off, Scathis just sort of like visibly starts to weaken a little bit as he limps back over to the headless corpse, pulls out the obsidian spear, and then sort of like turns around and uses its
I got it
shaft
back.
almost to prop himself up.
I run over to Scathis.
Okay. Scathis, yes, is on 13 hit points.
I see whatever the queen had on him to.
Okay, hold on, wait. Carry on out.
I'm going to inspect his wounds.
He's quite badly hurt. The Kreen did lay into him fairly heftily.
Yeah. I'm going to start with a cure moderate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a D10.
I'm gonna, while he's like sat there being healed, I'm gonna pull the arrow out of the guy, so that Scathis sees that I shot him when he was attacking him. And then I'm going to go over to Thicket and say, I have this if you think this would help him. And I will show the potion fruit that I picked up at the previous session.
Keep it. That is good for emergencies. I give him 7 points with the first.
Thicket slathers you with mud, and you can feel the healing energies of his spirit of the land begin to infuse you.
How jij ook zoveel modder. Yes. Sorry. That was halfling.
Sure, that
Indeed.
There's Dutch for, do you like mud too?
How badly is he still injured?
He's on 20 out of 32.
I'll do another cure moderate.
Go on then. Another 7.
Another 7. I look at him intently as I see the wounds closing. I like eyeballing him and bob my head back and forth.
Okay, Darjay, I have on where are we here? 15 out of 21, so he's 6 down. Scathis we have on 27 out of 32, so he's likewise 5 down. Siura is
full health because I absorbed. Well, I used my ability to.
Uninjured apart from the.
I'll give
damage.
Scathis one more cure light, and then I'll head over to Darjay and see what I can do for him.
Okay, and I think Zuxis and Senex are both uninjured.
I'm uninjured, yeah.
So it's another 5 hit points for Scathis.
I think that puts me back to full.
Yes, that does, and that's sufficient. Yeah.
And then I see how I can. I jump up and down to see if I can see Darjay.
Oh, he's visible now.
Yeah, Darjay can probably scuttle over to where you are fairly easily.
All right.
He's quite acrobatic.
I think this is a you come to me situation.
Yeah, he does. He comes running.
Darjay does nothing. No. Darjay says you come.
It's not going to happen, Darjay. So he scuttles up the side of the rock, down the other side of the rock, and he's on the far side of the stairs, back to where you are as well.
How badly is he hurt?
He's on 15 out of 21, so he's taken 6 points of damage.
Okay, I'll give him a cure light.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so
5.
you're left with only a single hit point, and we all know
So
where
that-
it is.
Yes, exactly. So that I used 2 cure lights there and 2 cure moderates.
Okay. So your injuries from the brief battle have been almost entirely healed. While this is happening, Zuxix, you've gone through the Queen's belongings. A trio of Dassel Chatkachas, a Dassel
Nice.
Githka, and 2 bone short swords, and a little kind of leather shoulder thing, which appears to have been entirely decorative.
But we put it all together and we bring it along.
Okay. Judging from the size of him, you think it could have been a fairly unpleasant fight had your poison not taken such rapid effect.
Yes.
That was very effective, Zuxis.
We were lucky.
What kind of shot was that?
I added a little bit of poison to my bolt.
Smart.
Lucky.
Some strong poison.
It is.
Untimely use of it.
Yes.
Let us see what awaits us inside.
Make sure that the Gith are also properly dismembered. We don't want a repeat of what happened to us at Outpost.
Well, one of them is already missing his head.
Yes, but also the limbs. You can still raise a headless corpse and it can still be unpleasant.
I'll start chopping it up.
Scathis takes his mandible sword and just...
I'm just trying to imagine, like, Siora with her artwork, just like cutting someone to pieces, standing there like with a sword.
I'm going to use my widow's blades.
Yeah, I'm imagining you doing it kind of delicately, like little thin strikes, and then Scathis just sort of like kind of muscles past you and just hews the flesh from bone.
The gift has nothing on them that is of import or value?
Nope. They no personal belongings. Clearly positioned as guards.
They have bows, I suppose.
Yes, bows and obsidian spears.
Do they have any? Can I use the arrows that they had on my short bow?
Yeah, each was carrying 6 flight arrows.
Are they so they're short bow?
Yeah.
Compatible. Okay. So 6 of them?
Yeah, bone.
Which is what I have anyway, so that works out.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's bring the bows with us.
I'm gonna replenish my stash up to 25, and
Okay.
I'll leave the rest for anyone else who wants them.
Okay.
Anybody else needs arrows? They're hard to come by in the desert, so
Oh, glad
Put
we
the rest
took
on the
some.
keg,
What kind
maybe.
are they?
Bone.
bone flight arrows.
Alright, so I have 30 of those already, so I'll leave it.
Let's
for
keep them.
others.
Let's keep them as spares.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I just can't fit them in my quiver because it's quite
No,
small.
no, but we'll put them on the tank then.
All right.
I have a spare bolt case on the tank as well, so.
You loot the dead in the time-honored Athasian tradition, and then proceed up the remaining stairs to the summit of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look at these obsidian spheres.
Mm. Okay, they are large, at one point, perfectly formed spheres of obsidian. They look as if they've fallen or been thrown about the surrounds of the tower. All are cracked and chipped to one degree or another. Their original purpose long since lost and no longer able to be fulfilled given this damaged state that they're in. But someone clearly had some intention for this place in years gone by.
Can I harvest any of it?
The obsidian, yeah.
Do you have tools
For
that?
later use. I have gem tools and glass tools.
So you can
yes.
certainly gather together a small amount of obsidian chips. Yes.
While he's doing that, can I do an observation check on what's up the stairs and perhaps in the archways above?
So the archways lead through to where the stairs narrow up to the upper, what you imagine the upper tiers of the tower itself. You can catch the dim flicker of what you think is torchlight up there.
How many pounds worth, do you reckon? The weight.
There's, given the size of them, there's more than you can carry.
Yeah, but I mean, in a short amount of time. I don't want to take too much time. But I just
Well, how much time are you planning on spending on this?
While they're looking around cutting arms now, I just want to loot some.
So just a couple
loose
of
bits.
rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. Where are we here?
I'll eventually make some of it later.
You could gather perhaps 400 ceramic pieces worth of obsidian.
Okay.
But all in little chips and pieces.
Yeah.
It would require proper attention to turn into anything useful.
How much time would you need, Xenex, to gather proper chunks of the obsidian?
It's too hard to say. I mean, I would like to use it later on when I've mastered the way a bit more.
Well, they're very expensive if you have big chunks of obsidian, so it might be worth it.
Yes.
You're looking at several hours' work to properly harvest this and break it down into transportable pieces. I mean, each one of there's 4 orbs there. Each one of those is easily 100 pounds in weight.
Let's see if we survive this first, and then we can take this on the way back.
What do you think these were used for?
Do I have any idea?
Imagine.
None of you has any idea. No.
No.
Can I do any knowledge?
Decoration?
Any knowledge checks that might?
None of you has the.
Psycraft?
None of you has. Nope. None of you has the abilities
No.
to know what this stuff is.
What are those weird round things on the pedestals? Are those holes?
Yes. That's
Okay.
probably where the obsidian, where some of the orbs were settled.
Okay.
And you can see there's lion-headed shapes at the looking
yeah.
down over the top of the stairs.
If this was Jedi Fallen Order, that you could roll them into there and it would open it. No, never mind.
Same in Zelda as well.
Okay. We move on, I presume.
Okay.
Yes, let us. Somebody with.
To the summit, then you proceed. I've got a new map for you here, and it's as you arrive obviously at the bottom. You see immediately a number of people already up here in position. A couple of elven warriors, you recognize them from their tribal markings as Swift Wings. Two more individuals, I will give you some closer up pictures of them right now. What is clearly an elven chieftain of some kind, judging from his attire. This gentleman here, he stands on the left, glaring down at you. A supercilious sneer on his elven features. And opposite, at the far end of the tower, opposite the top of the stairs, is, you presume, a man, cloaked heavily in red. The wind wafting red robes and silk veils about his features.
Mm-hmm. Human size, presumably.
Yes.
Yes.
The elf chatters something to his two warriors on the far side of the small plaza at the top of the tower, and you can see their hands stray toward their weapons, but they do not draw them. The figure in red folds his arms across his chest. You made short work of Tzark and the Gith. Your skill at arms is clear. I will not test you further unless you desire more bloodshed. He locks eyes with you, Senex. Give me the rod and depart with your lives.
How about you give me the rod and we let you depart with yours?
This will not end the way you think. If that is why you have come, then prepare for death.
I don't know, guys. I've made some bad decisions in my life. Playing with fires and stuff like that. But how does everyone else feel about this?
I told you not to pick it up.
I have no intention of dying fighting someone I don't know for a cause I know nothing of. For a rod I care nothing about.
Your Suran friend speaks wisdom. Listen to him. It means nothing to you. I will offer you Kank's honey for the deal. Join me, your mind to my mind. I will make you a lord of the Red Tower. Together, we will bend others to our will.
This is what he's done with the elves as well, huh?
Yes.
Exactly this.
He is. Senex, you know what this rod does, yes?
Yes.
And it is not a good thing, yes?
Correct.
Then I suggest we do not give it to him.
I agree.
It would be ill-advised for him to gain such power.
The elven chieftain sneers, easily able to overhear your words. Do not choose folly. Your mind cannot resist his. Choose strength. Choose power. Choose service. It is the only way.
Can I see the map again?
You can indeed.
Okay, so he's not like on an edge that he could be pushed off of.
I mean, he's near an
Ah.
edge. You'd have to rush across there and push him off the back. But I mean,
Is that a hole in the middle?
There is a hole in the middle.
Yes.
From this position, no, you can't see it. There's a hole.
And
Thinking of the old Emperor Palpatine slam dunk with the hole in the middle.
I'm assuming we're at the top of the stairs, though, because it'd be a bit hard to have a conversation with these
Yeah, I would
people.
assume you guys have, if you want to pull your little counters onto the map there, put them anywhere you like, just within a square or two of the top of the stairs there. I'll drag Lizard Boy over.
We're missing someone.
I'm missing someone. Who's not pulled their little thing over?
Grundy.
Oh, Grandy has.
You're muted.
There we go. Sorry about that.
We're all bravely standing at the top of the stairs. Are those braziers actually lit like this?
They are indeed. If I mentioned before, you could see like torchlight. Well, that's what it was.
Okay.
It was brazier light.
Did you put Gardo on 0?
Everyone's on 0 because no initiative has been rolled.
Okay.
I'm just adding
panic.
them to the.
I was a little bit.
What are your plans with the rods?
Domination.
This
We
should
made-
be clear to you.
We
You
made
and
this.
we come from a similar past. Have you not sensed it? And he opens his hand and draws one long, crooked nail across his palm and bleeds white. I was made to serve. Now Karadao will be master.
Well,
Oh,
I
you
can see
dick.
I offer you a place at my side. All you have to do is give me the rod.
Nah.
I look to. Oh gosh, I don't know if this is a good idea or not.
There's risk involved in all things, isn't there?
I'm thinking I'm knowing where your head's at, and I like it.
I'm gonna look to my friends and just kind of mouth like, "Trust me." And then I'm
Okay.
gonna turn around and courtesans have an ability called the perfect lie.
Yes.
I would like to convince him that I'm on his side. And I want to start kind of heading over there.
Go ahead.
With my
What do you
arms up.
say?
Do you truly mean I could stand beside you?
Like me, you were made to serve. I offer you a chance to rule. To undo what was done to you. What was done to me.
I'm sorry. And I begin heading over to his side.
Go right ahead.
Senex, you should give him the rod.
Seeing her deception, I'm going to try and enforce it by going, "No, Siora, what are you doing?"
Thicket, I am fed up of being under others' control.
She was always a manipulative, traitorous bitch.
He's been wanting to say that for
She is preserving herself.
Yes. Traitors tend to do this.
Daji is surprised.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
How much is a square in this map?
I don't remember. 5.
5.
Karadao looks at you as you take your place at his side. You understand. You, of all people, would understand. He places his hand against the side of your face, those long, crooked nails brushing your skin. What they did to us cannot be forgiven.
They must pay.
They will bend their knees before they die. He turns to face you again, Senex. The rod. Give it to me. Give it to us.
Never.
Then you have chosen death.
Well, let's make it easy. We'll meet in the middle, Senex. And I begin I try and take his hand and begin heading down towards the party.
Okay.
I don't know if he will trust.
I'm going to make a reaction roll for him to see if he's amenable to being tugged about the place.
Where's his mind at right now? Is it in his loins or in his brain?
Well, I've crafted the perfect lie, so he believes that I'm on his side. In his rod.
Rod. I'm going to make a morale roll because there isn't a reaction roll.
Is that a rod of lordly might in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Then I get there. Oh, 17. Oh, that's an outstanding result. Karadao allows himself to be drawn down the steps with you to what, like about here?
Yeah, I'm thinking to... Yeah, around
right in front of the giant hole. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I see where this is going. He doesn't. Oh my god.
Sparta.
But half an hour
Well,
is he skipping while he was doing it?
Let us move up again as well then.
Yeah.
While they're doing that.
If only we had like a tick-tick that could jump behind him and push him in.
Yeah, well, we don't, all right?
How strong does he look physically? Out of curiosity.
It's difficult to tell. He's all robed up there. You can't really see what he's like underneath.
Okay. My strength's not terrible, but it's not
actually
great.
3 halflings standing on top of each other.
It's not terrible, no. Yeah. It's 3 Giselles and a mask.
Yes.
I take his hand that had the cut on it, where it's bleeding, and I kind of try and like brush away the blood. And
okay.
It's nice to finally feel understood.
It is. I had given up hope of finding another like me, he says.
And I want to almost like press my head against his.
Mm-hmm.
I want him in a relaxed state.
He appears completely enthralled by your lie. It is utterly, irrevocably believable. All of your training that the Order gave you to be a convincing courtesan within the court of Hamanu has instead played out to this moment, where one of your own kind is completely open to your deceptions.
And as we're like, he's kind of looking at me, I want to try and pull him round. And then once he's near the edge, I want to just do a really quick tug. Oh yeah, go in for... Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'll lean in for a kiss. I'll put my hands on his chest. And before my lips touches his, I just push him.
Okay, nice. You will get a free attack. Just give me a CMB roll against him.
Oh, gosh.
Make it work.
I know, right? Otherwise, I'm
Don't
so
screw
screwed.
this.
It's going to be real awkward.
Does she get a bonus?
Watch him be like locked to the ground. That's his special ability.
+4 surprise bonus on this.
This would be like a knockdown trip.
Knockdown,
what would
exactly,
it be?
yeah. Yeah, knockdown. His CMD is 17, but treated as 13. Oh my god.
Oh, tits.
The dice do not favor you. You shove. He flails briefly. Eyes widen. I am going to want initiative rolls from people for this, please.
Surprise, bitch.
Beautifully attempted.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, sorry. I always kiss like that.
I thought there was a bed behind you. I didn't realize there was a huge pit that you could fall in and die. What?
What? I'm Jay.
Okay. Darjay, do you want me to roll for arrows for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, Darjay's arrows. Swiftwing Warrior 1. Swiftwing Warrior 2. Barak, Swiftwing, he's not happy.
Like stupid Elan. Thinking with your pants again, we've spoken about this.
And Caradal.
As you see, I've kind of sidled myself in such a way that I'm behind that pillar.
You're so brave. Thicket, can I get a roll from you, please?
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Just general action it if you're...
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry,
so sorry.
Right, Scathis and Thicket as well, actually. But Scathis, go ahead while Arnout thinks.
Scathis will hiss a curse in Surin, drawing his sword and his shield, and he's going to spend the round studying. So with tactics, I believe I can study up to 4 opponents. I'm going to gain a +1 to hit all of them.
So that's all the enemy. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Good. Right. Thicket.
Thicket is going to he's going to do an arrow thing, so he's going to be delayed by that.
Okay, cool.
So,
let me just redo that. Okay, so Scathis, you start scanning the surroundings, watching the way the others are moving, planning your tactics. The nearest of the Swiftwing warriors just charges straight forward, and then his nearest opponent is you, Darjay. This elven, one of these lesser elven warriors, just draws a bone sword, shrieks a trilling battle cry in his tongue, and races across the top of the tower and engages you immediately.
Oh.
Your armor class is 17. He swings with his bone sword. Swing. And just misses. You duck below the blade, and it whistles over your head. You're up actually at the exact same time. Your initiative for your claws and bite are the same as the bow if you just want to launch into him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll shoot him with my bow. Why not?
Oh, okay. 2 shots with the bow then, straight away.
I was
point blank
going to
range.
ask, can I put mealworm poison on them?
Yep, sure. That's a bonus action for you, and the arrows fly. 1, 2. Whoa, both hit. One of them is a natural 20.
Oh,
nice.
Max
and
damage.
he's immediately taking what do we got there? Oh, steel. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 5, 14 damage from the poison. Doesn't even get a chance to take effect as the arrow. One arrow takes him in the gut, the second one through his throat. He flips backward and lands dead on the floor at your feet.
Yeah,
as you drop 2 arrows into him point blank.
Run towards me in combat.
Okay. Okay, Karadar snarls, takes a quick sidestep around away from you, Siora, backs up toward the stairs where he came from, and frowns with a blast of psychic force. He needs to roll a 3 or higher for this to work. Manifest. Yes, okay. An eruption of telekinetic energy as he strikes you with a kinetic blast. For this much damage.
Aye.
Okay, well, I'm going to absorb as much of that as I possibly can. So I have 21 PSPs left, so half
That's 35 damage.
So half of 35 is because I can 1 PSP is 2 damage. So I'm going to do 17 to
absorb the loss of it.
Nullify that. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Okay.
Have you got that many left though? You have cast your.
Yeah. No. I that cost me 11, and I have 36 total. I used a bunch to heal. Did that,
Jesus.
and then I still have enough.
Okay. That is enough to save your life. The kinetic blast that's enough to kill you outright. You can see he snarls. We shall see how much more reserves you have. You traitorous, lying swine, he snarls. Senex.
I'm gonna do sensory suppression on him.
Okay. His mind is closed. You're going to need to open it with telepathic combat.
Okay. So is that not telepathic combat or is that ego whip?
So you'll need a telepathic attack. One of the telepathic attack powers.
So the only one I've got is ego whip then.
Okay, so it's going to be ego whip. Don't tell me that in future because I'm just going to select these randomly because he doesn't know what you're attacking with. He's using this power, which I will reveal in a moment, so I can see which one it is. Okay, so you're using Ego Whip, right?
Yep.
Okay, manifest Ego Whip with a -4 penalty. Roll.
Okay.
He's using Mental Barrier. $18 is higher and take away 4. Still brings it down to 14. That's still enough. Okay. You strike at him with your Ego Whip. It cracks clear through his mental barrier, opening his mind. And you can launch the attack against the actual power against him next round.
Okay.
Okay. He's surprised by the suddenness of your psychic attack and kind of spins to face you, his attention briefly turned away from Siora.
Does he take 1d6 PSPs?
No.
Okay.
They have 2 different uses. One to open mental attacks, or one to actually use the power itself.
Roger. Okay.
Okay. Barak Swiftwing runs around the top here to get a line of sight on the group and selects his targets. He just has line of sight on Suxis there and Thicket there, so he launches an arrow shot against each of you.
Do I get protection from the pillar I was standing behind?
Yeah, you do. You get 4 points of protection. That one's against Suxis. That one's against... Okay, the natural 20 hits you automatically, Suxis. The second one, armor class 24, is going to hit Thicket as well. Outstanding pair of shots. So you straight away take 8, 9, 10, 11 damage, Suxis, as the arrows just kind of seems to almost curve through the air and thwack, leaving you on 10 hit points. The other attack, he strikes against Thicket. That one he has to roll damage for. Thicket, you take 9 damage from a solid arrow that thwacks into you. You're on 11 hit points. Siora.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I presume I can't like backstab because we're like fighting, so I'm just gonna try with my widow's knife to slice out against him.
Armor class 6. No, Karadow's armor class is 15. So you slash at him. He jumps back. Blade fails to land.
Am I able to do offhand even if I miss the first one?
I can't remember.
I know
remember.
prongs I can't unless I hit, but I don't know
Offhand,
about
so
offhand.
yes, the prongs you have to hit. The offhand you can,
So
you
AC
can
12
make an
also
attack.
doesn't work.
but it's also a miss. So 2 slices. He dances left and dances right, kind of pulling back from your blows, snarling and sneering at your failure to attack him. First Swiftwing Warrior runs to the edge here, gets line of sight on Scathis with his outrageous armor class. Your armor class is not 23 this at the moment, it's 22, isn't it?
22, yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna give it a go. He's feeling like today's his day. Shot. It is not another natural one.
1 and a 2.
Stupid
Oh my
Nibenese
God.
bows. Thicket.
Shoots his boss instead.
Yeah.
Thicket's gonna run over here
Yep.
and kind of bob behind the pillar and shoot the Swiftwing warrior that just shot Scathis with his bow.
Yeah. That's this guy up here.
1, 2.
His armor class is 15. Oh, 1 hit then. First arrow
Yes.
just whistles past him. He turns back to sneer at you just in time for the second one to sink into
To
his
thwack
chest.
him.
To
A
thwack
grand
him. He's
total
been
of
thwacked.
1 damage.
He's like, "Aye, my hit points." Okay, and good job.
I
And
am
finally, the end of the
truly
round,
a
success.
master of the battlefield.
You are. Move if you want.
I'm
Carl.
staying behind cover.
Movement of a 6 is how much squares here in this case?
So that's going to be 12 squares.
Okay, so I can easily move and shoot.
Yeah.
And close distance to be close range, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here goes nothing. I'm gonna go move there.
Yep.
So I'm out of range of him because he is very nasty, but I'm gonna shoot our psionic guy.
Yes, Barak doesn't have line of sight on you there, so get in down, duck down behind the pillar and open fire.
Here goes nothing. This is my. This is laced with the poison of the queen.
Okay.
So here goes. To hit.
Hey.
That's a miss.
Shit.
Arrow flies past him.
That's sweet shit. Okay.
Okay. New round. Roll initiative, everyone, please. Darjay, I'm rolling for your bow again, but it actually doesn't matter because it's about the same number. I think I just tried to roll for a dead guy there.
Right.
Yeah, Swiftwing Warrior 2 is dead. Let me take him off. There we go. Are we all re-rolled?
Yeah.
Not quite. I was just trying to determine a distance thing.
Okay, the Swiftwing Warrior runs down to the bottom of the stairs to here and takes 2 more shots towards Scathis, who's I can see planning another route. But
This is my
nevertheless,
initiative.
okay, he is determined to have one of these attacks land. Didn't come all this way to miss every single. Yes, he did come all this way to miss every single round.
Yeah, of course he did.
He's just not able to get it done. It's embarrassing for him and for his people. Thicket, you're next.
Okay, so I'm going to.
In fact, Thicket, Scathis, and the Warrior are all on 5. So
Okay,
Take
I'm
it,
going
go
to run to here. Sorry, I have to. I'm going to run to there, I think it is. That's 30 feet away from
from Karadao, yeah.
Karadao, yes. And I'm going to target him and the Swiftwing Elf in front of me and cause fear.
Ooh, cool. Okay, right. And this is spells,
I can target
correct?
2 individuals. That's both. So their Wisdom bonus applies, and it's save versus spells. Or
Okay, Elf. Roll, damn it. Okay, for some reason that's not rolling. I'm just going to roll a straight d20 for him then. Okay, Elf. That's a fail.
Nice.
Karadao.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. That. Just checking. That is also a fail.
Oh, well
Nice.
done.
Nice. So he has to
done.
move away. He has to move away
He
from
has
you,
to
right?
flee as far as his movement allows from me for 1d4 rounds.
Okay.
You never underestimate
For
the half.
3 rounds. Okay, cool. Right.
Yes.
I will get to him in a second. So the Swiftwing Warrior.
That's scary, man. When they come at you.
Yeah, and so he runs all the way up to the edge there, and you can see him, he's actually trying to clamber over the edge to get down to the next level of the tower, and that will happen to Karadao in a moment.
And in my movement, I used 20 feet, so I'm going to move 10 feet back.
Yeah, okay, good. And at the same time as that's happening, Scathis.
Muted.
I think Scathis is miming.
Interpretive dance is also an option, Grandy. Whichever
Sorry
you're most
about
comfortable
that.
with.
So combat movement rate of 6. Is that 12
Yes,
squares?
it's 12 squares. Yep.
Okay, great. Then I will, before he runs away, I guess, I will run up to the other side of Karadao.
Yep. And get
That's
stuck
done,
in. Nice. So
Done
+2
studying
to attack
everyone.
from there.
Yep. And a +1 from the tactics, I
So
believe.
+3 in
after.
total, yes. His
All
armor
right.
class then is 15, goes down to 12.
That studying thing's pretty cool then.
It's a cool fighting style, yeah.
Opening up with the mandible sword. With a 16 to hit and 11 damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. He yowls as the mandible sword bites deep into his shoulder, staggers blood, white and brilliant, spattering the ground around him.
And then swinging back with the other edge.
Yep. Oh, that's another hit.
9
This he
damage
absorbs.
that time.
Yeah, this one he absorbs, calling on the innate abilities of the Elan.
And I'm going to follow up with the shield bash.
Yep, his CMD is 17 if you want to knock him flat.
That doesn't even hit. But I
Okay,
will swing around with a tail razor if possible.
Yes.
I love how he's got weapons on just every limb.
I know, right?
Yeah.
360 weapon emplacements. Oh,
That's
okay.
22 to hit with 7 damage from tail razor.
He's going to take that. White blood spatters hard and flaring in the air. Nicely done. Right. Darjay, you are crouched at the top of the stairs that lead onto the top of the tower. There's a body of an elf right beside you that you've killed. Another elf has run to the far side of the tower in panic. He was trying to climb over the edge to get to safety, and further across the parapets, there is a tight, hard melee going on between Karadao, Siora, and Scathis. Way up at the back, on a raised level, is an elven chieftain who's busy surveying the scene with his longbow.
Oh, okay. So, 2 people are struck by fear at the moment. One of them, though, is engaged in combat.
Yes.
And there's a guy with a longbow that is he shooting
Elven-
at people, or is he
He
just
is.
kind
You've
of...
seen him actually land a couple of
Okay.
incredible shots. He's quite a threatening individual, probably.
Maybe I do a couple of incredible shots of my own at him.
Okay, right.
It won't be
Go
incredible,
ahead.
I'm telling you now. But
His armor class is 7. His armor class is 17. So you pull back your short bow, take
Yeah.
aim, and fire. Shot, hitting armor classes 13 and 19. The last one strikes home.
Are these poisoned?
yeah, they should be, right? The Malevolent poison.
Yep. So he takes 5. First off, 5 damage from the arrow, and then he's going to have to save against poison.
Yeah.
Come here, Barak. Where are you?
Okay.
He saves by 1 point.
Oh, bastard.
What's the sec? Is there a secondary damage for Mulworm poison? Does it say?
It's injury.
Okay, let me just
Does
check.
that
I've got
help?
it on your sheet.
I don't have it on hand. Sorry.
That's all right. I've got it here.
It's like 2d6.
Mulworm slime, 20 damage. Yes.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, so he takes another 20 points of damage, even though he manages to pluck the arrow out before it can deal its full injuries to him. The Mulworm slime burns into his system, and he snarls a curse in Elven and turns his bow straight down towards you, clearly having decided who his next target's going to be.
Can I hide? Can I chameleon?
You can use an action to get under cover. Use a movement to get under cover.
Okay,
So that puts
I'll
you
do
out
that.
of line of sight of him. You duck down behind a large pillar. He can no longer train his bow upon you. Senex.
I am going to suppress his senses.
Yes, Karadow's mind is now open.
No,
His
I'm
mental
actually
armor
gonna
class.
do Barak.
Oh, okay, right. His mind
Yeah.
is open automatically.
Change my
His
target.
Yep, that's fine. His mental armor class is only 12. No! You fail to reach his mind, and the power goes unused. Right, Karadow has to run away, which he does, and is then going to.
Everybody gets a free attack against him.
So, Scathis and Theora, you both get attacks of opportunity against him as he runs away. That's a miss, Theora. Scathis. What was his armor class again? That's a hit. A 9 damage. Okay, stop it! I'm running. Leave me alone. He's too panicked to spend his Elan powers and goes running off in this direction as far as he can. Uses his entire movement to get to the edge, and then turns around and unleashes a psychic strike back toward the source of his fear, which is Thicket. Unless he's actually unable to attack you, Arnout. Please double check that while I try and do something horrible to you.
Oh, how do you mean unable to attack me?
Well, does the
don't
fear
know.
prevent him from using Sonics against you? Does it say in the spell?
Sorry, hold on, wrong book. It says it causes one creature it causes the creature to flee in panic at maximum movement speed away from the caster for 1d4 rounds. That's all it says.
He can't use a power at the same time because he has to use all of it.
Yeah, he's panicked. So.
Yep. Okay, so he runs and gets to the far end, and he likewise begins to start climbing over to get down to the lower level. He's actually crying while he does so. Suxis.
Zuxis is going to do a whole personal hit.
Okay. And he saves at minus... Oh, hold on. No. Okay. You discover as the spell is cast, it doesn't work on him because he's in a land.
It says humans, demi-humans, humanoid creatures.
Yeah, that's not him.
He's not
Okay.
humanoid.
He's a cabbage.
Okay. So that is me done then.
Yes. Barak throws his bow to the ground and draws a pair of bone swords. Tu festa, he says, and leaps down the stairs to engage Scathis. Scathis armor class 22. Let's see if he can do any better than his little tribe mate.
To be honest, my ego whip wouldn't have worked on him either.
Strike. Close. The blows whistle past, ringing off your armor and your shield, but he's unable to penetrate your defenses. He actually takes a moment to salute you with the blade and respect at your skill. Then it's Theora and the end of the round.
You get a flanking bonus, don't you?
I
If
mean,
you
I
choose
could.
to attack him, you will.
Yeah, sure, I will. What's my bonus to it?
+2. You treat him as armor class 15.
Alright. So I'm gonna try using my Widow's Knife. I miss,
You miss.
both times because I'm useless.
Flail ineffectually. Okay, fine.
I dance when I'm attacking, so I look great. I just don't
You
hit.
That's a good look. Okay, everyone. Initiative, please. Darjay, I will roll for bow again for you.
Thank you.
Oops. Surviving Swiftling Warrior, Barak, and Brave Sir Robin. Okay, I'm assuming you haven't rolled.
I'm trying to get to the right page. I'm trying to get to the right page. And for some reason, I always roll really, really well when I just hit general action.
Yeah, okay, Scathis, you're up.
All right. Scathis acknowledges him sort of as well. Taking his sword and beating it against his shield a couple of times before he then thrusts the shield forward to try and knock him over.
As an opening attack, yeah, go.
Nope, that's only an 8 to hit.
Okay, he nimbly turns sideways as the shield swipes at open air. Got more attacks going?
Yep, always. Follows up with the mandible sword.
Just when you thought he could run out of limbs. There's another one.
17 to hit.
Yeah, his armor class is 17. Oh,
14
bloody
damage.
hell, look at that.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of them apples.
19 to hit with the other side of the blade and 7 damage from that.
Okay, and he's starting to look a little bit badly injured now. His
He will
blood,
sort of...
good, honest red elven, is staining the ground around you. Sorry, carry on.
He will turn himself he will angle himself sort of to the side and let his tail lash up and hit him from sort of an unexpected angle, hopefully.
Good. Yes. You are slaughtering this guy.
8 damage from that, and then
Yeah.
while he's off balance, he's going to lunge forward and try and bite him.
I'm still not done. Your jaws clamp around. Oh.
With only 2 damage from the bite.
Okay, well, he's taken about 30 points of damage there in a single flurry of attacks. It's like, when's it going to stop?
Mark,
Yes,
I was on initiative, but I decided what I was going to do, and it lowered my initiative. So
You fucked with things. Have you? Go ahead. Stick.
So it should be 8, not 2.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say.
That's
I always have to break it. Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said about the ego whip. Probably wouldn't have worked on him either.
It'll work to open his mind.
Oh, okay, brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's still feared a bit. I think the worry right now is the elf that could cut down anyone. I am going
Not for
to. You're true, but he is coming up, isn't he?
Yes. Go ahead.
So I am going to attack his senses again, and hopefully this will work.
Mac 12. Jesus Christ!
Did I miss again? I
Yeah,
failed again.
yes.
Jesus Christ! Why, hey man! I'm going to hide behind here, Tim. And I'm just going to look to see her and say, Selba.
Okay.
Stares at you like that.
Yeah.
Caradao clambers over the edge of the tower. You can hear him panting heavily, sobbing under his breath, and disappears from sight. Thicket.
Okay, I'm gonna run forward. Hold on, I just gotta double check the range. 1 little second.
I hate when they do that, when they just disappear in combat. It happened so much last season.
30 yards is
I hate
60
him.
feet, right?
Yes. I can see him. He's on the GM there.
Okay, so from across the battlefield, I look at the elf and I tell him, "You have to die now."
Fuck.
And it's command.
Oh,
Oh my
okay,
god!
right. Let's. Where is
So he gets. There's no saving throw, I think.
it? If it's a.
It says saving throw none. The spell enables the priest to command another creature with a single word. The command must be uttered in a language that is understood by the creature. The subject will obey at the best of his ability. A command to die causes the creature to fall or faint in a cataleptic state for 1 round.
Okay, so that's what he does. He's like, no, not now. I'm dead. I'm dying. And hits the ground. Any attacks against him are at +4 until his next action. This Swiftwing warrior likewise clambers over the edge of the side of the tower, drops down to the next level, and is lost from sight. Siora. She's gone.
Siora seems to have left.
Okay, Barak loses his actually she's on the same, they're all on 13. Barak loses his action because he's dead, or thinks he is. Suxis.
Suxis is going to go around the corner here and have a look see where the other guy is.
She has said she wants to use her Widow's Blades on him, by the way, on Barak.
So I'm closing in on
You're
short
muted.
range.
You're muted, Mark.
He's clambered down and run all the way to there. You can see him on the map there, see? Run all the way along the bottom side.
I'm not seeing. There. Right.
Yeah, over here.
Okay. So I'll put a crossbow bolt in him.
Okay, go ahead. You got a +2 to attack on him because you're slightly higher. So treat his armor class is 13.
Okay, that's nice. I will use my last bit of poison. It is not as effective, but it will do something, you know? Who knows? But 2 hits. Please hit.
Yes, okay. He doesn't have Fear against you, so he can get an attempt to manifest the power. Which he does. As the bolt flies toward him, he instinctively pulls upon a little burst of psychic energy and deflects it with a thrust of telekinetic force.
Is this a new round?
No.
But he has an action still remaining. And Siora was going to take some stabs at the guy
Yes.
with her Widow's Blade, I understood?
She was, yes, with her Widow's
Okay.
Blade.
1 and 2. Okay, the first one is a hit.
Nice.
The second one is nevertheless a miss, even though she gets the bonus. Oh. And that's 2 damage. Panda?
Hello, sorry.
I just
Is
rolled
it my
attacks
turn?
and damage for you, but you've just sat down, so you may roll them yourself if you want. The Barak Swiftwing is lying at your feet, thinking he's dead. So you can take 2 attacks against him if you want.
Okay, so I will keep the Widow's Knife one where you hit the 20, and I will re-roll the offhand.
So you can keep that one here, or you can roll 2 of your own. Your call.
Fine. I'll roll them on my own. Just 2 damage. So.
Okay, same result. 1 hit.
Yep.
So you can get better than the 2 damage though.
And do I still get to do my prongs?
You will get to do your prongs, yes. Okay, 4. And prongs hit as well.
Nice. All right. So that is
7 damage
7.
in total. Okay. All right. You slash him while he's on the ground and reverse the blade, and a pair of prongs stab into him. There's a surprising amount of blood from what you think should be such a tiny little hole. You think he's actually really, really badly hurt now.
Yay!
Good job. And finally, at the end of the round, Darjay. No other opponents are in sight at the moment, other than this elven chieftain who's lying upon the ground, bleeding and acting as if he's dead. So if you wish to go and take a couple of shots at him, you'll get them at bonuses, or you can walk over and bite and slash at him while he's on the ground. He's within reach for your little rushy feet.
What sounds more satisfying? I think I'm going to go and maul him for a little bit.
Okay, so you hurry over to his side. His armor class is going to be treated as 13. as you stand above his prone, quivering body and claw, bite. Only the bite hits.
Wow.
You're slipping and sliding in all the blood that's come out of him, I suppose. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But you do manage to do a massive 3 points of damage. He is barely moving now. His body a tattered mass of torn flesh and opened injuries. New round, please. Initiative from those who still have stuff to do. Darjay, I will roll for melee for you, given that you're in biting range.
Yeah.
Is he still alive? The elf?
Yeah, he is. I mean, you can see his hit point counter, the little bar above him. There's like a tiny little shred of it left. I don't know if you can make that out on the screen.
Yeah, well, because it's right next to Scathus, so it looks like he's
He's
part of
He's got
Scathus's.
like a million hit points. No, look, I'm moving out to the side. See there?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, he's got like one hit
There's like
point.
almost nothing left. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm making a mistake. I'm not doing what I thought I was doing. I'm not shooting my crossbow because I have to reload it if I want to shoot it. So I will do something else instead.
Okay.
So
What's it going to be?
I rolled a 3, and I will add to that a spell. Let me think what.
Okay, so on 3 you start casting. Darjay,
Yes.
you're on 4. You're going to bite at the guy again?
Yeah.
He has yet to
Yeah.
get to his feet, so you're still getting a +4 against him. Claw, bite. Oh, okay. That's a natural 20 on the last one. The 12 is actually a miss, but the natural 20 is enough. A bite as you lower your head and take out his throat with one final bitey little snap of your jaws. Barak Swiftwing dies in a pool of quivering blood and tears at your feet. Suxis, what's the casting time of the spell?
1.
Okay, so it goes off right away.
Die! I just saw somebody do that.
Oh, okay. All right. Karadao collapses. Ah! And it can't actually move. This is his last round under the fear spell. He would normally be running away, but instead he curls up into a small ball, huddles his knees, and rocks slowly back and forward, weeping. Senex.
Can I run up? If he's doing that, can I go and grab the rod off him?
Is it within movement?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 squares. I don't know how far I can move.
Yes, that is within
Yes.
your movement. Yeah.
Yes, it
I
is.
will go and do that and grab the rod.
Okay, so you rifle through his robes until you find the
I
rug
don't want
beneath
to
the
touch it
robes.
with my own hands yet, though, so I grab it with like my robes or something.
Okay, can you save against spells, please?
Oh, I still got to do it anyway. Okay.
It's psionic. It knows what you're doing.
Oh, it's a very clever one. Okay.
Oh, you've got 2 of them now, haven't you?
Yes.
Roll up -2, please.
Is that good?
No.
No.
Where is it?
Where is it?
Where is it?
Oh dear.
Well, I've got +4 and my wisdom, whatever it is. So +8 on that.
So
A
that
pass.
is just a pass. That is
Suck
just
it.
a pass.
Maybe you should have killed him instead.
His head kind of looks up towards you and looks at the rod. There's tears, white, thin, watery, running down his cheeks in absolute fear and desperation as you remove his prized, beloved possession from him. He's next, can do nothing but snivel in abject, catatonic terror. Thicket.
Well, they seem to be taking care of them. The Thicket is going to wander over to this side as quickly as he can. See if that fleeing elf is anywhere to be seen.
Yep, he's down here at the moment. He's there. He's actually come to a halt there. He finished his movement there a moment ago, and looks like he was about to climb over the edge, but now he's stopped, like going, "Wait, what am I running for?" So yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to. Yeah. I'm going to cast command on him as well.
Okay.
Works.
He falls over.
And return.
Ooh, okay. So he turns and climbs immediately back up to here.
Okay.
Nicely done. Scathis.
Yep. With Barak dead, Scathis is going to run over, pulling out his spear to try and hunt for that one darned Elan.
Yeah, okay. So there's a fair bit of activity going on over here. It's not too hard to guess where he might be. You can probably hear him crying as well, so.
Bless him. We gave it all the big one and he's sitting there crying in a pun of his own making.
Right.
It
Like
ain't
just
over.
potatoes.
It ain't over till they're singing.
Just manages to run over to the edge, takes the spear, looks down, throws it at him. Let's see.
He is armor class 11 from this position. And that's a hit. Nice.
5 damage.
The spear thunks into him in his panic state. He is not able to use his Elan healing abilities. You can see the panic is slowly subsiding, but it has cost him dearly. And finally, at the end of the round, Siora.
Okay, I would like to run up here, and I would like to try and take some shots with my bow down at him.
Yep, okay. You take aim. You can see him down below. Your companions clustering near him and fire. One miss, one natural 20. Okay. So that is going to be 8 damage straight away with the sheath without needing to roll for that.
Wonderful.
Okay, and the arrow satisfyingly thuds into him. Okay, and that's the end of the round. Can I have initiative from everyone, please?
Mm-hmm.
Radius. Okay. Just let me check something. Okay, right.
Unbelievable.
Okay. We all done for initiative?
No, I need to figure out my general. I'm going to do general action again. Hold on.
Okay. What, you're going to roll a 1. You watch. There you go. 1. You did as well. You got something for me, Thicket? There is an elf right by you, I suppose. I mean, that's the only thing you might want to pay attention to, because the fear is gone from him now, and so is the command spell, and he's looking at you really rather angrily with the fool you've made of him. Come back! Come back! Oh, I'll give you return. Oh, I'll return you.
Oh, good night.
Come on, go again.
Okay, I'm gonna. Yes. That's gonna be my initiative.
Okay, right. So, Karadao, 2 or higher. Sorry, wait. No, 3 or higher.
Oh, that sucks.
You fucking loser! He fails to manifest kinetic blast and staggers to his feet. Wow, that's pathetic.
That is almost impressive.
Oh my god, that was like 76 plus 7 damage.
I think we're very happy that missed.
Entire group
Yes.
right here. Wow. Okay, Sanix, you're up.
Can you finally kill him, please, now?
What whiz?
Just hit him with a
God damn it!
hit him with a stick. I don't know.
Oh, stab him.
Beat him with his own rod.
I'll stab him with my stick.
Beat him with his rod. His armor class is 15.
Is he still prone though?
No, he's not prone.
Yeah, okay.
Things are getting a little bit suggestive over here.
Come on.
Hit, yes.
Yes.
Go. Okay, he is. Roll me damage. He's going to absorb it, but I want to see how. Okay, so he spends an entire sonic power point preventing the damage.
Like,
He's getting it.
thanks for the rod, and then I retreat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm going to go back to where I was. I can move 2 more actually. I'm going to move there and then there.
Okay, well, he is going to take a swing at you.
No, he's not. I've got rapid retreat.
Have you? Okay, well, he thinks about it, but then he doesn't. Thicket.
Okay, I cast hold person on the elf in front of me.
Oh my god, leave him alone.
Unless he's also an elf.
Playing with him now.
He's an elf.
He's an elf. He's
Don't
not
play
an
with
elf.
your food
he
ticket.
gets a save.
And it's not a very good one either. Which he passes.
Are you?
Wow.
Are you fucking
Yeah, he rolls an
serious?
18. He just
Okay, I'm going to run this way.
Feeble halfling. Wait, come back! I'm insulting you.
You're running away from an elf. He's got 15 movement.
No, I'm just hoping that
Go on, move your
I can
three
hide
squares.
behind this.
He forgets about him after he hides behind the pillar.
I can move.
Oh dear.
3 squares. You said
You can move 6 squares.
6 squares.
6 squares. That's what I did.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So you move behind the pillar.
I moved behind this wall thingy here.
Yeah.
And I yelled to Darjay, Darjay, help!
Scathis.
Scathis is going to jump down towards Karadal.
Okay, Karadal's like literally backing up. There's no fear spell on him now, but he's scared shitless of the immense reptilian monstrosity coming snarling toward him.
And swings with his mandible sword.
Okay, he's armor class 15. Yes, hit. God, he has to burn the PSBs. So that does no damage, but he loses another 5 PSBs.
And then catches him with the back edge for 24 to hit and 12 damage.
That's another 6 gone. You can see him just weaving psychic energy around himself in desperation to prolong his life just a few moments longer, knowing that each one of these hits would be enough to bring him closer and closer to death.
Scathis just continues his onslaught, hoping that he manages to somehow break through his defenses. He's going to follow up, bashing with his shield.
That's a hit. You can get a knockdown. He'll absorb the damage. That's 3 more points.
Right, so but that knocks him down then.
Oh, you get a
So-
free knockdown attempt.
Oh,
against him.
attempt.
Yeah,
Sorry.
his CMD is 17. So just if you just click the knockdown, and down
Yep.
he goes. He's flattened, knocked
And-
clear off his feet.
And Scathis turns around and tries to sort of thump his tail down onto him.
Yeah. That's a hit. Prone as he is, that axe thunks solidly toward him, and that's another
9
5.
damage.
He has to do another 5. Okay, his psionic reserves are being sorely repleted as he uses every last ability remaining to him to stop himself from being quite severely killed.
Desperate to not let him get up and attack him with those psionic abilities, he finally does what he's been hesitant to do and lunges and bites into the curious milk blood.
Ew. A mouthful of pocket milk.
Ew.
That's a hit.
If he had any other choice, he wouldn't do it.
Ew.
That's only 2 damage.
White
Okay,
fluid all over your face.
Just for
Just because he's so reticent to actually bite.
for effect's sake, he's going to take that damage, and you come away with a mouthful of thick white fluid.
Ew.
Wow.
Ew.
I'm not
Spits it to the
saying it.
side, hates
I'm
it.
not saying
Oh,
it yet.
what's it
You
taste
spit or
like?
you do swallow. I am saying it.
No.
Okay.
Bad mayonnaise.
The other Swiftwing warrior
Bad man.
strolls, doesn't even run. He just walks around the side with his bone sword out
There you are, forest child.
and stabs for Thicket.
Oh, I so want him to miss right now.
Yeah, so do I. He's been useless. These are the worst elves I've ever seen. They've been
Bob and weave.
absolutely embarrassing. And he strikes for you with his bone sword. Oh! You roll easily under the blow.
Stand still and die, would you?
Shorty.
Yeah.
I give him the bird.
Yes.
What even are you?
I guess I heard Thicket frantically
Yeah, so-
calling for me a second ago.
Yeah, he's hiding down behind a piece of crumbling wall with an elf stabbing down at him with a sword.
Oh. After having ripped someone's throat out, I feel on top of the world. So, I will scamper
Okay.
over to his aid and attack with a claws and bite.
I do believe that you get a flanking bonus.
You do, so...
Error.
2 hits. The first one's a miss. The claw, one claw and 1 bite strike home because one of them was a natural 1. And that 6 points of damage.
Nice.
Yes, he is extremely badly injured as you come scampering him out of nowhere, launch yourself at him, claw and sink your fangs deep into the back of his thigh. He shrieks, turns around, realizes he's caught between 2 very short, angry people. Suxis.
Zuxis retreats to here and
Yeah.
reloads her crossbow.
Okay, cool.
He
And
wants
finally at the end of the round.
She wants to be out of sight of the whatever psionic nonsense the other guy is going to release next round.
Yeah. And Siora, end of round.
I'm gonna try and fire at him again with my bow.
Yep.
Natural
hits.
20 for 1, so that's an 8 damage instantly, and then an AC 17. Does that hit him?
Yes.
Alright,
Yeah, he's
great.
15.
So
So
you said 8, huh?
8, and then plus whatever I get for this,
3.
3, so 11 total.
11 total. Oh, okay.
And then I would like to duck behind this railing,
Yes.
and kind of hide from his sight.
Okay. Right. End of round. This will be interesting what happens this round.
Oh,
Let's have
God.
initiative. Darja, I will roll for bitey bites for you. Swiftwing Warrior, he's going to heroically take out all these enemy combatants in 1 round here, so I'll roll for him. And carry it out. There we go. Okay. Darja, you're up first. I guess you're going to try and finish the elf off, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Claw,
Sing songs
bite.
about his bravery.
2 hits, 1 claw, 1 bite, and that. Oh, that's, I rolled for your flight arrow there, but it's the same damage. And that's it. He is slain. Thicket, your life is saved yet again by Darjay running up out of nowhere and murdering the shit out of the elf in front of you. He stands in front of you, gore and blood dripping from his claws and mouth, panting slightly from the exertion. Success.
Zuxis goes back to the railing here and commands Karadao to die once more.
Okay. And his initiative isn't coming for a while, so he's lost his round again and collapses. Oh, wow.
Command is such a powerful spell. It's ridiculous.
Only if you become first initiative wise.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
true for like
Gathis.
any action.
What's his wisdom, this guy?
Not
don't
high
get a
enough to be
save.
immune to- not high enough to be immune to command.
So I have a question. I don't know if this is possible, but I'm going to see. Is it possible for me to toss my shield to the side for this round and replace that shield bash with a claw attack as
Absolutely.
I'm going at it? Okay. So I'm going to lead with the mandible sword.
Okay.
It's only a 9 to hit. I'm going to go for the other edge.
That's a hit. His prone armor class is 11, so.
12 damage with the mandible sword.
He burns another 6.
Yep,
Almost
Scampus,
there.
desperate, tosses his shield to the side and goes for a claw attack.
Yes, the claw slashes down, strikes home.
8 damage.
Okay. Panic is in his eyes, white blood dripping from all across his body. He keeps psychically pulling it back into himself, trying to hold the injuries off. This cannot go on for much longer. You know that for sure.
Whirls for another tail sweep to try and cut him at that.
That's a hit because he's prone.
Another 8 damage from that.
Okay. This he resists.
In
And you can
desperation, dives
You can
down
see the
for
look in
another
his
bite.
eyes, knowing that he's run out of time.
He realizes he likes the white stuff and goes in for a bite.
Not like the white stuff, but he wants to end this.
He likes bad mayonnaise.
It's like an Oreo. Just think of it like
So
an
we're
Oreo.
done. 4 damage from the bite. He snarls down on him.
He
And
resists
that
it.
is all I've got at the moment. Oh, he
Okay.
resisted.
He resists it. He has 6 PSPs remaining. He needs 5 to do what he wants to do.
Oh, Jesus.
He's got
Oh, no.
one left to heal damage with. Otherwise, he's shit out of luck.
Can I change my action, which would then... Oh no, I would still go after him. Don't worry, ignore me.
Thicket.
Well, everybody seems to be gathered around over here. So I'm going to start heading that way, but it's going to take my little halfling legs a lot of time to do that. So
Yeah, you can move 12 squares, but you can't take an action when you do that. So
Right. Okay. So I can move 60 feet. That's right.
yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. This is my
Okay.
action.
And Senex.
Okay. I'm gonna run and jump down with my spear.
Yes.
Flying spearman.
Okay.
Plus 20 to hit, yeah?
Yeah. No, armor class 11 because he's down. Oh, spot on!
Woo! You never know what that is. It's gotta be 1 damage. 5 damage!
Okay. He absorbs it.
All of it.
Yeah. Oh. And pulls himself backwards, still prone.
Please, my life, I beg you. Please, spare me.
Slowly pulls himself to his feet. Siora.
I hear him. I fire twice.
Yeah, that's my girl.
The first one's a hit.
Oh, isn't he still prone?
No, he used his action to get up.
Fine.
Can he? He was cataleptic, right? He can't get up, right? From the.
Oh, that was this round.
Yeah.
So he is still prone. So they
Yeah.
both hit.
Yeah, 8 damage. And I will hop down. And stand about here after doing 8.
He has enough to absorb 6, which he does. And then the second arrow takes his life. Thuds right through his chest.
Why? I thought.
He says, and then goes still in a silently spreading pool of white.
They dissolve into like a pile of white goo.
No, that's like blood. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Scathis immediately searches him over for any like unstained piece of fabric on his body, rips it away and tries to wipe the white off of his mouth.
What's the 16, 10, 100 for?
That's to get my arrows back. I get 4
Oh,
arrows back.
I got
And it
scared.
was 2. Sorry.
I shot 2 arrows, so I'll get one back.
I think I shot 4. I think.
And with that, it is over. Barak, Swiftwing, his 2 warriors, but most importantly, your first Elan. Sorry, second Elan. You stare down at his body, his sightless eyes, the white blood spreading out around him. The desperation and desolation that must have driven him to this place at the edge of the world. The wind picks up ever so slightly. You know the eye of the storm will be closing. You must be away from here soon.
Is there an inside to this building, or is it just all like a...
Well, there's that big-ass hole.
Where does that go?
Can I try and loot him, see if there's anything on him, or even remove his headpiece to see if I recognize him?
We need to better get him clear. Yeah.
You don't recognize him. Just some person. And, of course, from what you know, this is not Caradal. Whoever this person was, their life is long gone. This is just the face that he wore. The same way that you wear Siora's face. Somewhere there is a life that was stolen. A family left behind as you left that brother behind in Uruk. Hearts broken. Futures stolen. He has a handful of small purple gems which Senex, you can see glimmering with psionic energy. These are power stones. They effectively contain PSPs. Once depleted, then they're empty, but they can be used to power effects, to power.
You can recharge them, or?
No, you can't recharge them. Once they're empty, they're empty. Some you can. This particular type you can't. You estimate there's perhaps 20 PSPs stored across 4 stones, 5 in each.
I look to Siora. Do you know what they do?
These can be used. These can be used for power stone, to run sonic powers, to run wild talents. But Elan can tap them as well, should they wish to.
Do I know what they are?
You've seen them be used by members of the Order, but you've never had possession of one yourself.
I have an idea of what they are.
I can teach you how to use them.
I will give him half of them.
So 2 each, I see.
2 power stones.
Power stones.
Scathis tosses away the fabric, his improvised handkerchief, and spits once more for good measure before saying, "What was this milk-blooded creature?" And turns to Siora. "And what was your kinship with it?"
I come huffing over.
They're called Alan. They are made creatures. It seems to have thought I was one of it.
Ooh, Elan.
We must remember, though, that the Elan are free now the Order that are gone. So do not judge every Elan that you meet the same as this one.
He chose to be.
Well, this one was not working for the Order, he was working for himself.
Exactly. So the Elan have a mind of their own now. They're free.
I hate the smell of its blood, this Elon Musk.
Oh my god.
What does it taste like?
Wow.
Try it yourself and find out.
No, thank
I hop closer and smell it a bit. Dip my claw in it and on my tongue.
It is vile.
Tastes like chicken.
It's not blood at all. not any blood that I've ever tasted.
They are manufactured beings. They are not made of flesh and blood.
What are they made of?
Vegetables. Who cares? Let's go.
I do
The
like.
wind-
That's why I asked.
The wind picks up further.
Oh yeah.
Should we go inside?
Yes, let's take the elves as well. Let's have a look at them briefly.
Yeah, let's loot the corpses.
Yeah,
There's little to loot. Their weapons, bone longswords, bone arrows. They were here serving the Elan, not as some place of residence. Quite what the Elan was doing here is another question. But as you drag their bodies down into the central well, carefully lowering yourselves so as not to suffer injury, you see archways leading deeper into the tower. And there are these carvings that perhaps speak to something of what this place was once. A hint perhaps as to what Caradar the Elan was doing here, what drew him here initially, why he found the Rod of the Dead Mind here of all places.
I get the kanks in. Can we get the kanks in?
Yep, up the stairs.
Am I able to read the carvings and things?
They're not words, they're images. They show men and women in lines. There are 11 of them. 11 men and women. One of each holds a severed head. But it is not the 11 men and women nor the 2 severed heads that truly catch your attention. It is the 2 great figures where the circle of men and women meet. Dragons. 2 of them facing each other. Wings spread, jaws thrown wide. In rage or anger or hatred or exaltation, you cannot tell. A pair of great beasts facing each other beneath a sun that burns a deep red.
Any knowledge checks?
None of you have any idea what this signifies. You have all heard the tales of the dragon.
And presumably it is known that sorcerer kings are... I mean, do we know that what they look like? Or are they just people?
You've never seen one.
No. But it's not even common knowledge or anything like that.
So only Hamanu being a lion. It's the only thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But that said,
Don't like this
one
music.
of the figures does have a lion's head. With that image, I think we shall leave you.
That's why
Hurrying
that's
for
why I
cover.
don't like this music.
Hurrying for cover from the oncoming dust storm rising out of the sea of silt. Disappearing into the depths of the tower to find shelter. Leaving just that image to be slowly obscured by the dust. The 2 great draconic beasts glaring at each other beneath a burning crimson sun. Thus ends part 1 of season 2, Last Stand at Outpost 3. We shall return with the merchant house of Chirodius and see how the story progresses. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching.